Many of you are tuning in expecting to see tonight's ball game between the Red Sox and the Chicago White Sox. Well, Monty and I are again delighted to be stepping aside so that TV 38 can bring you Boston Bruins playoff hockey action, Game 5 of the Adams Division Finals between the Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens. And the Bruins tonight, Monty, going for their first playoff series victory over Montreal since 1943. I know, being a big hockey fan, you have some advice for them, some things you want to say.
I can imagine how much the excitement is built up, not only for those players, but for all the fans who'll be watching them. All I can say to them is, fellas, keep going, and the best of luck to you.
They're doing very well without us out here on the road trip, that's for sure. We'll be back with you for Red Sox baseball action tomorrow night at 8:30 New England time. We'll have Thursday night's ball game as well for you between the Red Sox and the Chicago White Sox. Stay tuned now for Boston Bruin playoff hockey.
Vintage stuff from Reggie Lemelin in Sunday's two-zip whitewashing of the Montreal Canadiens. Mr. April extended his playoff record to 6 wins and 7 starts. With a 3-1 series lead, Rick Middleton can now turn his thoughts from retirement to retiring Montreal.
It is a great feeling. It is a super feeling, but it's something that's even better to be up 4-1.
Coming up, Game 5, the Bruins can wrap it up. Live from the Forum in Montreal, Game 5 between the Bruins and Canadiens. Is this the night that 4 decades of disappointment disappears from the memory banks of Bruins fans? Well, we should know in just a couple of hours. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Boston Bruins Stanley Cup Hockey on TV 38. I'm Walt Perkins. Glad you could be here with us to see the game tonight. Well, if you can't get excited about this one, then you'd better check your pulse to see if you have one. The Bruins are on the verge of eliminating the Canadiens from the playoffs, but nobody wearing the black and gold is counting chickens just yet. The Bruins will need to come up with the same solid effort tonight that they exhibited in Games 3 and 4 at the Boston Garden. Now, with more thoughts on tonight's game, we take you to the Forum, and the gents calling the action, Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson.
Thank you, Walt. What about the attitude of the Boston Bruins in this game, Derek?
Well, you got to say to yourself, they're going to come into this game and, maybe very tense. They got a lot to win in this game, a lot of years that they can put behind them, and they want to really be up for it. But I think the key is to be loose. I was down the room, and they're a happy bunch of guys, not content, which is the key. And they're really intense, but confident.
Well, they're going to be minus Rick Middleton and Michael Talbot, and they've been 2 key players in their success so far.
Ricky Middleton came back like the old veteran he was, got the key goals, breakaways, shorthanded goals for them, played absolutely terrific. You need a Ricky Middleton out there, especially in a game with the intensity of this one. Michael Talbot's speed, his agility, his puck handling abilities, they're going to be sorely missed. Reed Larson, you're going to need a big game from Larson tonight.
Well, Ken Lensman played and won a Stanley Cup with the Edmonton Oilers and also has experience with the Philadelphia Flyers. And he says the Oilers were successful in winning Stanley Cups because they wound up their series early. They did it again. They're resting. It would be great for the Boston Bruins if they want to advance and be successful to wind this one up quickly.
Well, would it ever, Fred? You have a situation where Buffalo was a very physical series. A lot of bruises, a lot of aches and pains out of that series. This one has been a physical series. The Bruins have really had a tough road to hoe. The Edmonton Oilers, on the other hand, have pretty well breezed through theirs, and you're going to have to get that time. I'd like to see that 5-6 days off where the Bruins are going to get to heal these injuries for the next series. But that in itself is counting chickens before you count your eggs before they hatch. Get this one out of the way first.
Well, that's right. They still have that home ice advantage with the game on Thursday should Montreal come through with a victory here. But the Bruins can't take that attitude. They have to go for it right tonight.
When they got them on the ropes, you got to take them out. And that's the big key to this game. They've got them on the ropes. Now it's time to deliver the knockout punch.
And we'll have the opening face-off in just a minute.
TV 38 Sports, now in our 20th year of covering the Boston Bruins and Stanley Cup Playoffs. Brought to you in part by New England Telephone. We're the one for you, New England. New England Telephone. By Valvoline High Performance Motor Oil. Valvoline, because motor oil is not just motor oil. By Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. By your local Dodge dealer. If you're ready for a new car that's exciting yet affordable, it's got to be a Dodge. And by the Massachusetts State Lottery.
Well, the teams came out on the ice and a standing ovation for the Montreal Canadiens. We thought the Boston crowd was inspirational. They started applauding just about the start of the national anthem for America, but they're being matched here by the fans, Derek.
Yeah, they don't have Rene Rancourt either to sing the national anthem, so maybe that'll be a down.
Well, remember the famous late Roger Doucette, I figured worth, some said half a goal, somebody said a goal, the way he delivered that national anthem.
I tell you, it means a lot sometimes. It gets everyone involved, and it gets the players pumped. It gets them over the edge a little bit. Bruins got an awful lot to win here tonight, and that in itself can be in the back of your mind. Anyone who's played golf and has got somebody on the ropes or shooting pool or anything like that, a lot of athletes out there, whether they're in high school or college, know what it's like to have other teams down, but their big key is to put them away. Have somebody down is one thing, but to put them away is another.
You spoke about golf. You're talking about the 15th hole, and you're 2 up, right?
Yeah, and then you say, well, I don't want to, I don't want to embarrass him. Next thing you know, he wins the next 4 holes. It's all over. It's been 16, 17, 18 on you. And you lose, and that's it. And you say, how did that happen? So this is a key here. The Bruins got to come out and play hard tonight.
Derek Sanderson in his prime in golf now. You don't lose that golf match, and in your playing days, in your heyday with the Bruins, they didn't lose too many either.
Lost enough in golf to realize that I'm not that good.
Right now, we're going to have the national anthem sung by André Ouellette.
Where so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bumping in air gave breath through the night. That our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave, ordering of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, perdenos ailleurs, pauvre essai d'être glorieux, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we send on God pardon. Oh, Canada, we send on God pardon.
André Ouellette. And he gave it a bit of the late Roger Doucette treatment at the end. The applause of the fans. We're set for action. And the officials for tonight's game. The referee is Dave Newell. And the linesmen are Kevin Collins and Leon Stickle. Reggie Lemlin in goal for the Boston Bruins. He has been an instrumental factor in bringing the Bruins to the 4th best record regular season, National Hockey League, and in the playoffs. And Patrick Roy for the Montreal Canadiens. They will be starting Brian Skrudlin at center, Mike McPhee on the left, and Claude Lemieux on the right. For Boston, Steve Kasper at center, Randy Burridge, Willie Plett with Bourque and Kluzak. Kluzak fires it in, left wing side. Going for it, Plett in the corner, kicks it around the boards, and it is Mike Lawler trying to come out, and he is greeted by Kluzak. And Lemieux is forced to clear it, and this will set up. No, they wave off the icing.
Reggie reached out and touched it.
And back comes Burridge now. Long pass from Bourque. Flipped in by Kasper. A heavy hit, but he knocks down. Kasper did. Lawler, a heavy hit in deep by Plett. And the Bruins get it in the corner, but McPhee breaks up the play. Burridge fighting for it, and it rolls back to Skrudlin. Skrudlin to McPhee. A lead for Lemieux. Lemieux battling for it. And Skrudlin gets it behind the net. McPhee, too, broken up by Wesley, who just came on. Wesley able to clear it out quickly. Heavy pressure set by the forechecking of Lemieux. A long drive by Skrudlin. And a save by Lemlin. And Ray Bourque wheels it to Willie Plett, who's still on. From center ice, the drive-in, so the Bruins can make the change. Robinson moves it up for Smith. Smith going to the corner now. Linsman battling him. Pass blocked over on the boards. Corson. Now it's back to Svoboda. Pass in front. The Bruins break it up. And Linsman wheels it out in the center ice. Looking for an opening. And he gets it. He's over the line. He cuts it on the left. LeMay puts the shot on Roy. The save. Tries to center it. And it's taken by Robinson around the boards. Blocked by Kluzak at the line for Crowder. Crowder to the corner. Puts it behind the net for Linsman. Linsman put it in front. The Canadiens intercept. LeMay is spilled, and a penalty on Montreal in a collision between LeMay and Svoboda. Break in the action. Let's pause for this message.
À 1 minute 45 secondes.
Corson is out.
27, Shane Corson.
Silly penalty. You don't want to.
At 1 minute 45 seconds.
1:45, a power play for Boston.
Right there, a little dumped it from behind. Give him a little cross-check. It more like a hook.
That was LeMay who went down, and the power play for Boston has Janney, Joyce, Neely, Bourque, and Wesley. Face off to the right of Roy. One for Boston. Wesley fires. It is blocked. Canadiens able to clear it out. Carbonneau with a good play. Wesley now to Ray Bourque at the Boston zone. In the center ice for Janney. Janney drives it in on the left wing boards. Neely going for it. Neely into the corner, and he is hit and stopped on the play on a good check by Ludwig. The puck pops to center ice. Back for it, Wesley to Bourque, and the Bruins start the power play with Bourque winding up. Wesley checked by Carbonneau. Oh, that's tenacious forechecking by Carbonneau. He was able to cover two men. They were too close together, Bourque and Wesley. They keep possession, and Bourque now clears it in, blocked by Roy behind the net. Chelios trying to move it out. Janney snaps it, looking for Larson, who's in action on defense. A good play by Neely, broke the play up, moved it into the corner, fought for there. Ryan Walter able to clear it, but it deflects into the stands off Ray Bourque, and the face-off inside the Canadian line. 1:01 left on the penalty to Corson for tripping, and the face-off coming up.
Extremely aggressive forechecking on the short-handed situation. Here's Claude Lemieux knocking down Lemlin. Clean check, fair check. But the Canadiens upset the momentum of that power play a little bit by getting on Wesley quickly. Tough to carry by Guy Carbonneau. The object on that power play, I think you got to pass it quite a distance from Carbonneau and make the play early. He's too good a checker to try to carry it by one-on-one.
Rick Middleton out of action. The Bruins have brought up Greg Johnston from Maine Mariners. And, of course, also Michael Telvin, Blum, and Larson. And Larson is out there with Kluzak. The draw in the Canadian zone. A minute left on the power play. In deep to Sweeney. Sweeney deeper to Crowder. Back for Sweeney. Heavy hitting by Montreal. Boy, they are playing it very physical. They clear it out. Larson, good play off for Linsman. Away to Crowder over the line. A hit by McPhee. Back to Larson. Larson, the shot. Missed the net. Long rebound. Kluzak moves it in front. Deflected. And here's Newell calling a penalty. Apparently on Sweeney, the way he's looking at him. And
Bob Sweeney's trying to figure out what it's for.
Interference. 39 seconds left on the Corson penalty, and then Montreal will have a power play. And Montreal has come out hitting.
Yeah, Montreal wants this game, no doubt about it. They're not going to quit. He stumbled into Patrick Roy. That's why he got it. He was expecting the shot to be on the net.
And now each team short a man here with 16:54 left in period number 1. Canadians have some big hitters among their forwards and also on defense. We're thinking about McPhee, who wrapped Linsman along the boards.
You know, there's a lot to be said for hitting, but there's a time and a place to hit. The Bruins stay in their lanes and play discipline. You can catch a lot of people falling down after they throw those big checks. And then they're totally out of position, and you get the break at the other end of the building.
Linsman is on with Neely up front. Robinson with Svoboda. And up front, Smith and Naslund. Some open ice. Svoboda, center ice. Flips it in. Linsman trying to clear it. Gets it to Neely. Neely plays the boards. Almost broke away. Naslund just got it. Linsman picks it up. Linsman is over the line. Holding. Checked. And it goes to Robinson. Robinson busting up over the line. Moves in. Broken up by Lemlin. What a magnificent play by Lemlin, and what a rush by Robinson. Robinson keeps it in now. A pass into Naslund. Naslund behind the net. Wheels it. Blocked by Kluzak. Smith at the backboards. Checked by Neely. And the power play in effect. Svoboda, a shot deflected wide. Man advantage. Montreal. Robinson keeps it in to Naslund, to Smith. Centering pass. Svoboda gets it. Holding. The shot deflected by Naslund and missed the net. And Kluzak able to clear it out, and the Bruins were able to get penalty killers as Neely had lost a stick in the bargain. Big chance for Montreal. They have 54 seconds left in their power play. It is Lemlin who lost his stick, and Neely gave him his stick, and he is playing with Neely's stick in the net. Lemieux keeps it in. Power play Montreal. Green, a shot deflected wide. Smith with it. Smith checked by Bourque and broken up. Chelios trying to keep it in. Bourque battling in the corner. Held by Chelios. They battle. Puck to Smith. Smith for Chelios. The shot, the save. Lemlin with the stick of Neely. And here is Corson wrapping Bourque. And if he doesn't get a roughing, that will be amazing. After the whistle continued to belt Ray Bourque. Bourque moved away from him. Let's see what Newell calls here. 27 seconds left on the power play for Montreal.
Stevie Kasper jumped in and took Shane Corson as he was punching Bourque in the back. See what Newell calls out of this.
Corson going slowly near the penalty box, very reluctantly going in, and he is...
Another undisciplined penalty by the Montreal Canadiens.
And we'll return with Bruins hockey on TV 38 after this message. Well, the question was, what happened to Lemlin's stick after he lost it? And one of the Canadians moved it all the way back to the blue line. That's got to be a penalty.
That is a penalty. It's a misconduct. I got one time in a fight. I just picked up the stick and dropped it over the glass. Got 10 minutes for it. Right here, Larry Robinson coming in. Watch this poke check. It's how he loses it. Right there, pokes it away from Robinson. Now Robinson drags it into the corner with his stick and foot. Get it as far away from Lemlin as possible. Then they dragged it up towards the blue line when the Bruins dumped it down. Randy Burridge went to the bench to retrieve it. Now he's over there. Claude Lemieux hit him from behind. Chelios pushing him. Just give me the stick. I want Lemlin's stick back. He's over there all alone. And the Canadians couldn't figure out what he was doing, yelling at the trainer.
They have not posted the Corson penalty. It will be his second. They're going to measure the stick. Apparently.
That's why they got it in the bench. They dragged it off the ice to measure it.
Pete Peters was called in the series recently. His stick was too long by 3 inches, which is amazing. And that apparently would be what the Canadiens want to look at right now. But only on the board is Bob Sweeney's 27 seconds in his penalty, and Corson is in the penalty box. We haven't seen
Sweeney's penalty. Now this penalty does not occur. I mean, if it's denied, the Canadiens get a penalty for asking. Claude Lemieux, his stick is the one that definitely, in my mind, looking at from up here, hook's too big.
Usually teams wait in situations like this. If in looking at the stick at the bench, they spotted it, usually they wait to a situation in which, for instance, the Bruins would be short a man, as indeed they are, but so aren't the Canadiens, and then get a 2-man advantage.
That's how important the start of this game. That's how important the Canadiens are putting that first goal.
The Bruins win it. The Canadiens get another penalty. Steve Kasper coming jubilantly over to the Boston bench. And now it should be the Canadiens with 2 men in the penalty box. Roy is sent back. The stick of Lemlin, okay. And no
that was a very foolish call on the part. He had enough time back there. That was just a guess. They had to guess. They must not have gotten the measuring device out in time.
Raymond Bourque is also in the penalty box, and so he's given a matching penalty. When we looked at the contest between Corson and Bourque, Bourque had turned his back on him, was moving away, and Corson was firing away. But quite evidently, Bourque did something before that, so he too is penalized.
They'll probably both get it for high sticking.
But now the Canadiens get a penalty. So for the moment, each team a man short. In 27 seconds, the Bruins will get a man advantage. Now, Pete Peters in that Washington series did pick up a penalty. Hard to believe he would have a stick 3 inches longer.
You know, there was a rumor that went around here years ago. Jacques Plante used to have legal equipment. Pads are too big, or his stick is too long, or whatever. I heard of it. The best of my recollection, too, the net was in the net the Canadiens had the first and third period here years ago was an inch narrower than the opponents who had it 2 periods. Johnny Bauer, Toronto Maple Leafs goaltender, caught it. Had to change nets.
Jacques Plante only seemed to play that way, that the stick was much bigger. He was tremendous. Each team short a man now. That is a penalty against the Canadiens for asking for the measurement, and the stick was legal. Bruins break it out. Kasper with it, and Kluzak coming up with him. Kasper trying to get by his hit in deep. Kluzak is hit out on the ice. Kasper trying to make a hand pass or a play to Kluzak, but the puck goes to Chelios. Chelios gets away from Burridge and starts back. Now the Bruins will have the man advantage now. Skrudland trying to move in, broken up by Linsman. Out on the ice is Sweeney. Can't get the loose puck. It is Chelios with it. It is a power play for Boston. A bouncer in on Lemlin, and it's cleared away to Linsman. Ken starting out. No score in the game. First period. Linsman, power play Boston. Over the line. Moving well. Drops it for Wesley. Wesley moves it in for Crowder. Crowder check. Hit. Goes down. Sweeney with it in the corner. Sweeney hit hard. Around the boards it goes to Skrudland, and he breaks it out. Overskates it. Bruins battle to keep it in. Good hit by Linsman. A good hip check as he knocked down Skrudland. Now the puck cleared to the Boston end. The power play for Boston, 50 seconds left. No score. First period, 6 minutes played. Kluzak out in the center ice. Away from Walter. Over the line. Moving in deep. Trying to put it in front. It is blocked. Rolled around. And the Canadiens skated out. In the center ice, skating hard is Carbonneau. Carbonneau taken to the corner by Joyce. Now Walter wraps it around the boards for Lawler. Lawler keeps it inside the line. Clears it in deep. Carbonneau is knocked down. And a penalty coming up on Boston. It will be Peterson going out for interference on Carbonneau. At 13:41 left in the first period. 20 seconds left on the penalty against the Canadiens. And with the score, Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. Let's pause for this message. And the face-off coming up. Interference on Alan Peterson. 13:41 left in the first period. No score.
There's Carbonell going down in front of the net. Nobody takes a better dive in this league than Carbonell. You'd think with his reputation they'd know it by now. Peterson just muscle him in front. Carbonell decides to fall down.
And the face-off now to the right of Reggie Lemlin. Each team short a man in 20 seconds. A power play for Montreal. Smith is out with Dahlin, Svoboda, and Robinson. The draw to Reed Larson. Gets it away to Sweeney. Sweeney, good pass over the line. Comes Johnston, the shot, the save! Big bid, Greg Johnston, first appearance. Roaring in on a pass from Sweeney. A great opportunity and a big stop by Roy. And now the power play in effect. A drive, a save by Lemlin on Svoboda. On the puck, Reed Larson. Marvelous play. Sweeney to Johnston. Excellent scoring bid. A horn drive by Johnston from 25 feet. A save by Roy. Power play Canadiens. Smith over the line. Holding. Away from Burridge. Now back Svoboda. Lets it go. Save Lemlin. Smith on it again in the corner. Gets it away for Dahlin. Svoboda. Shot. A great save by Lemlin with the left pad. Smith with it again. Back to Svoboda. Twice he's taken shots from the blue line. His drop pass goes to center ice. A little break there, and Casper would have intercepted and moved away all alone. Back it goes to Wesley. Wesley avoids a hit. A wicked belt in by Walter. Naslund gets a shot. Following up. Drops it in front. It's skated off. And breaking out for Boston. Burridge and Wesley 2-1 for the moment. Off for Wesley. It hopped over his stick. He might well have broken in and by Chelios. 34 seconds on the power play. Canadiens start back. Left wing side. Lemieux over the line. Check. The follow-up. Hitting the post is Ryan Walter. Lemieux fires it across. Walter keeps it. Break for Boston there. Puck in front. Lemieux is ridden off. Great play by Wesley. Lemieux belts Wesley. Back comes Linsman over the line. Wesley flattens Lemieux. Lemieux puts on his act behind the play. Moving in. Linsman almost put it home. Lemieux just clearing the zone. He put on an act, and now he's back up. He belted Wesley, and Wesley took him down. In deep. It is Johnston. Trying to check the play of the stop. Full strength Boston. Around the boards. The Bruins battle for it in the corner. Out of it. It is a lead. Linsman. And breaking is Johnston. Greg Johnston trying to move on Chelios. Battles over the line. Into the corner. Still battling. In deep. It is poked around the boards. Going for it. Joyce. Full strength Boston. He's on Kordic in the corner. Deep. Bruins trying to control it. Can't. Back at the point. Moving in is Larson. Stopped by Kordic. Cleared out. Breaking in the center ice. It is Thibodeau. The shot deflected wide of Lemlin. Fought for Bruins. John Blum on. Trying to clear it out. Kordic loses. Janney breaks. 3-on-2 for the moment. Blum coming up. Janney over the line. Right wing. Cuts in front. Shot. Save. Rebound. Joyce can't get it. No score. 10:52 left. Back at the Boston end, it is Peterson. Peterson hit by Kordic. Larson clears it around for Neely. Rolls away, all the way back to Ludwig. What a tempo, what a pace here. No score in the game, 10:35 left in period number one. Lawler checked on the play, broken up by Crowder. Crowder over the line, holding, trying to put it in front. Clears it in deeper for Sweeney. Sweeney trying to come out of the corner is checked. Now it moves to LeMay. LeMay puts it in front. It's knocked away. Canadiens break. Luzak back. McPhee trying to roar in. Lemlin out of the net to clear it up. Not out. Wrap back in. Blocked by Lemlin. Luzak takes a hit. In deep. McPhee. Crowder. It goes around for Sweeney. Sweeney able to clear it out. Picking up the puck is Peterson. Peterson drives it away. It is icing on this play. And what action here in this Stanley Cup competition. We'll return with more playoff hockey on TV 38 after this message. Now that Lemieux is a piece of work. He belted Wesley. Wesley took him down, so he lays sprawled on the ice until the Canadiens from their end started back again. He finally cleared the zone.
He punched him. He thought he got caught for the punch.
Lead for Burridge. Burridge over the line with Casper. Casper cutting in. Shot. Score! Casper from Burridge to make it 1-0 Boston as Casper cut for the net fired from 15 feet, and the Bruins lead.
What a play by Randy Burridge. Got tripped at the blue line. Kept his balance, came in, semi-faked the shot, like he was going to shoot it, and then he pulled it. Made the play to Casper. Unbelievable. Great play by Randy Burridge.
And what a shot by Casper in front. He was 1-on-1 on Roy.
What a
the way
key
he
conversion.
cut for the net and cut for the opening and set it up. Steve Casper, the native of Montreal, loves to beat the
Right there,
Canadiens.
Burridge gets tripped. Now he's thinking shot right here. The little stop with his feet. Casper makes no mistake, gets it up. A fallen Patrick Roy.
And it is 1-0 Boston. The shots are 8 for Montreal, 5 for Boston. And the 5th one went in. Steve Casper from Burridge as they created a 2-1 situation. And for Boston, Janney out with Joyce on the left and Neely on the right with Bork and Kuzak. Corson is at left wing, Naslund right wing with Smith at center. Joyce clearing it up over the line. Neely trying to get it. Can't do it. Knocked away. Bork covers. Kuzak. A lead over the line. Chelios. He's checked by Joyce. Puck kept in. Janney wheeling. Kicks it away to Joyce for a pass. Joyce can't get the shot away. And the Canadiens clear it out. And a marvelous hit on Naslund by Ray Bork. He just belted him down to the ice. Joyce back over the line. The play is called offside. Not too many times does Mats Naslund get hit. And Bork cut him out, balance, and belted him.
Ray kind of hit him and threw him at the same time. Mats Naslund was airborne for about a yard there. Chris Chelios, the guy you want to get on is Chris Chelios.
9:07 left in period number 1. Boston leads 1-0. The goal by Steve Casper from Randy Burridge. The Bruins have used Blum so far in one shift, and this is the third shift for Reed Larson. Michael Talbot, of course, out of action, along with Rick Middleton. Middleton with a knee injury. A bothersome shoulder for Michael Talbot.
Reed Larson, everyone, you know how smart he is. If he's skating, he'll be a force tonight.
And Lyndon Byers is on the bench. He was a question mark, but he is here, dressed and ready for action. But we have not seen him out there.
No, and it's only because he was a question mark. Lyndon Byers is here for the effect. Right now you're not going to get him out of the lineup because of an injury.
Lensman on the draw outside the line with Carbonneau. Chelios gets it away to Lemieux, Charbonneau, and the play broken up. Charbonneau is on the wing. Crowder now trying to move it over the line, and Linsman is offside. And that's a good move for the Bruins. Linsman didn't really make an effort to clear the zone. Take the whistles. Now you have the 1-0 lead.
You have the lead. What you want to do is, at this point, play disciplined hockey. It's been a winning formula for the Bruins. Get the first goal and go from there.
Boston leads at 1-0, 8:53 left in the first period. It is Charbonneau at right wing and Carbonneau at center with Walter on the left wing. Linsman taking his time. Says, I need a new stick or some tape on this one. And isn't he annoying? You're ready. You want to get your tempo going again.
I'm glad he's playing for Boston.
This is like the batter who steps out of the box.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The pitcher is in his rhythm and wants to keep moving.
Puts
and
a hand
Linsman
up.
says, wait a minute.
Excuse me.
Wesley gets the draw, clears it in. Chelios fires it out. Linsman fires it back. LeMay clears the zone, so no offside. Chelios starting it away. Works it to center ice. Missed by everybody. And back for it, Reed Larson. Tremendous tempo minutes ago. And now the Bruins slow it down a bit. And here is Walter going after Linsman. And the pass up off Charbonneau deflects away to Wesley. Wesley clears it. Crowder gets it to center ice to LeMay. LeMay over the line. The shot in. Boston wants a change. And the rebound, Chelios. And he breaks it out to Carbonneau. Carbonneau over the line. The shot deflected wide of Lemlin. Back foot, Lyndon Byers. Byers trying to come out of the corner. Can't. Bruins clear it up and out. Green winding up. And let's see. Frazier calling a penalty here. And with the score of Boston 1, Montreal nothing. We'll return with more Bruins hockey in just a moment.
Well, somebody threw Bob Sweeney's stick in the stands. And I just mentioned prior to that, I got a penalty for that. It was a misconduct in my case. I don't know what it said. They haven't announced it yet.
Chelios is in there. Apparently he took it and heaved it into the stands. And
it's a misconduct. He's going to go out to the room.
7:59 left in the first period. A misconduct against Chelios.
Must be.
For taking Bob Sweeney's stick and tossing it into the stands.
10-minute misconduct.
Canadiens penalty number 24, Chris Chelios, a 10 minutes misconduct penalty at 12 minutes, 1 second.
12:01, Chelios, misconduct. Bilingual announcements up here. That doesn't faze you at all.
No, I picked it up, you see.
Well, of course, the reason is you committed the infraction once.
I knew it was. I know it's a misconduct. I foolishly did it in the garden one night. I thought it was a heads-up move. Referee went, no. So,
the teams are at full strength, but Chelios out for the rest of the period and more. Into the Boston end, it is Neely trying to move it out, checked by Skrudland. Bork gets it. Out to Joyce. Joyce on the left wing side to Janney. Janney over the line, moving far, puts the backhander in on the net. Saved by Roy. Not hard, but on the net, and a tricky backhander. The puck is cleared, and back for it goes Raymond Bourque ahead of Lemieux, and icing called. Good move by Janney, and he put it in, and the right skate of Patrick Roy blocked it. It wasn't hard, but so deceptive when you fire that backhander.
Neely and Skrudland going at it here. They're very tough to pick up. Patrick Roy missed it with his stick. He intended to get it with the stick. Missed it. That's when it hit his foot, and the angle he was not too happy about.
And icing by Montreal. 7:35 left in the first period. 1-0 Boston. Happy to have John Pearson back. He'll be analyzing this period, and just not enough time for all the great plays up and down.
No.
What a marvelous period. And the Bruins leading 1-0, and since that time they have slowed the pace markedly.
Yeah, they have decided to just calm down here. That up and back ebb and flow. You take your shot, we'll take one, you take one is over.
Chandler's Pond.
Yeah, Chandler's Pond. Those days are gone. Next goal, a very big one. Both teams know that.
Steve Kasper has the Boston score, and he taps it in deep. Ludwig with it. Clears it out right on the stick of Kluzak. Wrapped back in the Canadian zone. Green winding up. He's on with Ludwig. Skrudland up front with Lemieux on the right and McPhee. Bruins control again at center ice as the Canadians can't make a play out. Bourque wraps it in. Green checked in deep by Willie Plett. Taken to the corner. Kasper fighting for it there. Bruins would just like to tie it up, get a face-off. They do. And it is Willie Plett ready to move there. Looked like Skrudland, who is a very aggressive player in the last game in Boston. 7:06 left. And Montreal would like to create a power play situation as they continue to push and shove. Willie Plett.
No one given any ground.
But on the other hand, no foolish penalties. Discipline is needed. And Terry O'Reilly changes and sends out a line of Sweeney with LeMay on the left and Lyndon Byers on the right.
Just got to admire Lyndon Byers' courage. Plays with a lot of pain. He gets a lot of injuries, hands and shoulders, still plays.
This is a game of tempo. Montreal had a great tempo going for them, giving up some chances for Boston the other way, but a great tempo going. And Boston has taken that tempo away.
Well, that's when we mentioned, Fred, about that taking that measure the stick penalty, taking that chance so early. Montreal really wanted that first goal. Now they've had to settle into a little bit more of a defensive game because you don't want to get down two. That goal is a big goal at this point.
The shots right now are 8 for Montreal, 7 for Boston. It was on Boston's 5th shot. Kasper scored. Sweeney on the draw. Thibodeau.
Larry Robinson talking it over. What he's going to say is, I'm taking the body. One of you guys, make sure one of you get in here and pick it up.
Sweeney
wins the draw.
Back for Bork. Screen shot. Save. Roy. Rebound. That Byers couldn't get control and fire it home. A dangerous shot in. Big stop by Roy. Sweeney checking the play. Robinson trying to move it out. The Bruins forecheck. And it's out to Bork, though. Bork plays it back to Kluzak. Kluzak fires it up into the Canadian end, all the way down to Roy. No icing. Bruins forecheck. Byers moving on Robinson. Fell down. Around the boards, Kordic. Back to Robinson. Robinson hits Dahlin. Dahlin, a lead pass broken up by Bork. A marvelous play as Thibodeau broke over the line. And Bork broke it up at the Boston line. Thibodeau is back. Allowed to penetrate. In deep. Kluzak trying to wrap up Dahlin. Kordic and Sweeney go to the corner. Thibodeau there. It's up the boards. It's kept in by Green. Pass up, stopped by Sweeney. Sweeney trying to wrap it around the boards. Neely is on. Neely trying to get it on the boards to the right of Lemlin. Thibodeau, Neely. Bruins would want to face off. They want to make line changes, and they get it with 6:04 left in the first period. And we'll return with more first period action after this message. Face-off coming up to the right of Reggie Lemlin. Smith is out there with Naslund and Corson on the wings. Ludwig confers with Naslund. On the face-off for Boston, Craig Janney. Neely and Joyce. Larson and Wesley. Bruins slide it out. Good play by Joyce, who moved right on that one to clear it away. And Ludwig starts it back for Naslund. Naslund checked deep. Now with it, Neely trying to break in. Tough angle. Cuts in front. Scores! Cam Neely breaking in on the left wing. Wheeled in front and beat Patrick Roy. A tremendous individual effort to make it 2-0 Boston.
Mats Naslund got a little cocky with the puck. Got checked. Neely right on him. Just not giving him any ground. Right here, he got bad pass.
That's Green.
Now Green missed the pass, and Neely's got not much room, but he's so strong. Cuts to the front of the net. Patrick Roy down once again. Another one goes by Roy. You're going to see Brian Hayward. He's got to stay on his feet.
This is twice that Cam Neely has made a play like that. He did on Chelios, and he scored the goal.
That was
That's
the winner.
The important thing.
And that was the winner.
It was the winner. And it is 2-0 Boston. Might be unassisted for Neely as he beat Naslund, then beat Green, then beat Roy. That's half the team. 2-0 Boston, 5:45 left in period number 1. Teams are at full strength. Green clears it in. Lemlin hurries it around the boards. Crowder is hit in deep by Naslund. Kluzak gets it. Kluzak cuts in front of the net. Able to clear it up on the wing side, but LeMay falls on the puck. Dug away by the Canadiens, but the whistle had blown, and now the chippiness. The Canadiens want to provoke it and maybe get a power play. And Montreal has not had a shot since Casper scored, and the Bruins are up to 10 shots, outshooting Montreal 10-8.
Mats Naslund chopping at Gordy Kluzak. Kluzak 6'5", Naslund 5'6", looks up a little silly. Gordy looked down at him like, what are you doing here?
On the Casper goal that made it 1-0, it was a 2-on-1 break. Burridge assisting, and Willie Plett also an assist. The Neely goal is unassisted to make it 2-0, and let us not overlook Willie Plett.
Willie Plett has played extremely well in this series. Working, driving, he's a force out there. His reputation precedes him. He's a tough man, he's a big man. Montreal Canadiens a little leery of taking his body, and he's using his size and his weight effectively, making the cute little play, get his line out of his own end. Very effective.
And the tribute to him is he's in game condition, having played really not a full game all season long, being used as a spare part. The Bruins check it deep. It is Burridge moving into the corner, knocked down by Lawler. Tried to tie it up. A penalty coming up on Lawler. Cross check and a power play for Boston. Here's Plett being provoked again by Corson. Trying to get Plett out of there, trying to do anything to get a man advantage, but they have a man disadvantage now on the cross-check. Lawler, as he belted Burridge.
The key is to take the punch. The original punch never gets caught. A little jab in the face and one in the back of the head. It's the crowd reacts to it. The referee then turns and looks. It's the slash that they pick up. And Willie Plett's not using the stick. There's the example in the Major League cross-check on Burridge. So when that happened, immediately Corson chopped Plett.
And he takes Plett out, but Willie will take Corson out. That's fine.
I'll take Corson any day, sure. Corson's a penalty killer, too. Without Chelios out there, he's also a penalty killer.
Boston leads 2-0, 5:09 left in the first period. Boston has outshot Montreal 10-8. And the Boston scores by Steve Kasper and Neely.
Right there, a little high stick on each other.
Lower part of your screen on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Plett and Corson. But it is a power play for Boston now. And for the Bruins, Janny Joyce and Neely with Larson and Bork.
Once again, you got to remember some big saves Reggie Lemelin made, especially that poke check on Larry Robinson. Bruins notoriously slow starters. Lemelin holds them in. Then they get one, get another one. Now it's a game.
And now the face-off coming up to the right of Patrick Roy. Walter against Janny. Bork, Larson up inside the line, of course. Right back to Bork. Makes a good play to control it along the line. Gets it to Larson. Larson holding back for Bork. Bork, a shot deflected wide. In the corner, Janny plays it to Neely. Neely behind the net with Joyce. Now it plays it back, left point to Bork. Bork holding, back for Larson. Tip pass to Janny, slow to come to him. Janny gets it in, looks for a return pass, gets it, moves it in. A save by Roy. Has Janny moved for the net on the short side, and Roy got the left pad out. Bruins keep it in. Pass across in front, knocked away. Now Neely gets it to Janny behind the net. Janny trying to put it in front. Green with it, trying to clear it out. It goes to Bork, left point. Cuts back along the line. Still holds. Now to Larson. Larson closing. Trying to move it all the way across. It didn't work. Cleared out by the Canadiens. Bruins trying to make that careful play to the defenseman or a forward. And it didn't work. Around the boards, Roy lost it. Neely trying to cut in. Can't do it. Ludwig able to clear it out by Raymond Bork. Minute left on the Boston power play. 4:07 left in this, the first period. For the Bruins, good forechecking by Skrudland, annoying Ken Linsman, and here comes Bork, center ice, the clear in. Into the corner. Crowder trying to break it up. Does. Battles for it. Behind the net. Sweeney also moving. Sweeney hooks him in. And Boston loses Sweeney. He goes out. 35 seconds left on Lawler's penalty. And the Bruins have to avoid that because in 35 seconds, Montreal will have a power play. And with the score of Boston 2 and Montreal nothing, we'll return with more Bruins hockey in just a moment. And the faceoff is just outside the Montreal blue line. 3:44 left in the first period. Sweeney is out. He joins Lawler in the penalty box, and Lawler will be out in 35 seconds. Greg Johnston called up from the Maine Mariners. Had the first good scoring opportunity. Played a lot of hockey last year for the Bruins. Has been with Maine all season long. First time called up. Great moment for Greg Johnston, but he's got experience, and Kluzak rushes over the line. The shot goes wide. Molamé trying to drop it back, can't do it. Molamé fights for it on the boards now as Johnston can't get it. And Johnston, who is a penalty killer, by the way, that's one of the main reasons they brought him up. The Canadiens now starting back. Over the line, McPhee. McPhee, a shot kicked out by Lundin. And the net dislodged in a collision as Kluzak went wrapped into the net by Skrudland. And Bruins keep their cool. There is no indication of a penalty. Kluzak now challenging Skrudland. Kasper scored from Burridge at 10:20. Since that time, and we have 3:12 left in the period, we've had about 7 or 8 minutes played. The Canadiens have not had a shot on Reggie Lemelin. They had 8 shots up there. In fact, well before Steve Kasper scored. I would say in 10 minutes of play, the Canadiens have not had a shot on Lemelin when they stormed the Boston end with 8 shots in the early minutes of play.
Might be a little bit of a coaching error. You're going to say, okay, withdraw, play defense, wait for the chances. But, when you're carrying the play like they were just flying. I wouldn't give that up that early in the game. Keep that up. But they've elected to go into a kind of a shell and try to protect their own goal. They wait for the breaks. Then Neely's great individual effort makes it 2-0. A little bit of a hole right now. Bruins get the next goal.
However, Montreal about to operate on a power play. Burridge able to clear it in the Montreal zone. Lawler is out. 1:20 left on the Montreal power play. 3 minutes left in period number 1, 2-0 Boston. Canadians break at the center ice. Lawler drives it in. Ricochets all the way around. Walter going for it. Casper, the big play. Casper backhands it out. Naslund winding up. Forced back by Burridge. His pass off now for Robinson to McPhee. McPhee, the drop pass. Puck fed in. Behind the net, Peterson there. Peterson checked into the corner, battles for it. It is Svoboda getting it to Naslund. Very tricky in this position. Naslund gets it back to Svoboda. Over to Robinson. Robinson, a screen shot wide. Behind the net, fought for it. Belted around the boards, and Naslund gets it again. Again, Svoboda. Again, Robinson, right side. Now Naslund working in. Blocked. A big play by Alan Peterson. And Casper plays it around the boards. Big play by Peterson. Peterson checked by McPhee. Goes into the corner, falls on the puck, and ties it up. And you won't find a better play than Alan Peterson blocking Naslund's bid. And there are 24 seconds left on the Montreal power play. 2:08 left in the first period.
That shot by Naslund, that goal written all over it. He took his time. He picked his spot. He was just about to nail it. Alan Peterson elected to drop down and block it.
And now the face-off to the left of Lemlin. Boston leads 2-0. Steve Casper and Cam Neely the scores. New Jersey in front of Washington, 1-0 after one period of play. And that game is in Washington. It's a 2 out of 3 series, really, and Washington with the home ice advantage. But right now, New Jersey, the surprise team of the National Hockey League, leading 1-0. In case you missed it, Edmonton. Here is the play. Alan Peterson.
That pass to Skrudland would have been okay.
Face-off coming up to the left of Lemlin. A little problem with the ice about 20 feet inside the Montreal Boston blue line, and Collins takes care of that, but the Bruins get a respite and a break here on the Montreal power play. Smith against Linsman. And this year, Ken Linsman has been an added feature as a penalty killer for the Boston Bruins.
Anyone that can skate as well as Linsman can kill penalties. He knows this game well enough.
Lemieux. Angered by Kluzak. The draw for Bourque. Bourque checked immediately by Dahlin. Now Lemieux with it. Lemieux for Smith. Smith holding. Kluzak and Lemieux collide, and the fans wanted a little call there. It's into Dahlin. He's checked. It goes in deep to Smith. Now back for Dahlin. Back to the point. Now cross for Robinson, and a shot missed. The long rebound kept in Svoboda. Bruins get the man back. Trying to get in the action now. It goes across for Smith. Broken up by Bourque. Not cleared out. Robinson keeps it in. Goes in deep to Smith. Smith checked by Bourque in the corner. Bourque gets it. Tries to clear. Can't do it. Robinson keeping it in. Robinson up to Smith again. Pass across in front. Lemieux checked. Dahlin trying to get it. Bruins able to cover it up. And that was dangerous. Lemieux almost got his stick on it. The Bruins hemmed in, not organized, as they got the man back.
Bob Sweeney was in the right position and anticipated Robinson's pass, but like Dick Stewart's Dr. Strangeglove there on first base, he dumped it out. Bobby missed it, went through the webbing, went through the thumb and the forehand and the fingers, and this is the result. Reggie Lemelin, he just tucked it, and Reggie snuck his hand out and held on to it. But Bob Sweeney took out Lemieux for his trouble.
That is the first Montreal shot in about 12 minutes. And that wasn't really, that was just a scramble, helter-skelter. And 1:18 left in the first period. 2-0 Boston. The shots now list 10 for Boston, 9 for Montreal. And the Bruins, Steve Casper and Cam Neely have scored. Now the officials over.
Montreal's got a penalty here.
Or is it misconduct?
Misconduct, maybe.
Lemieux was in the penalty box, and now he's waved to the dressing room. He'll join Chelios there with 1:18 left. Have a face-off in the Boston zone. There is nothing on the board to indicate that the Bruins will have a power play. So Phil Esposito, whose number was retired, the number 7, given by Raymond Bourque, who had worn it gloriously for many years and now wears number 77. And Phil Esposito will be interviewed by Derek Sanderson. Isn't that a treat? I understand that he's going to interview you.
Probably.
Face off now to the left of Lemlin. 1:18 left, first period. Corson and Casper goes to Wesley. The Bruins have been winning those face-offs around the boards. Neely slides it out. Janney has it. Janney breaks 2-on-2 with Joyce. Casper it is over the line, looking for Joyce in front. It is blocked. That was Casper on for the face-off in place of Janney. And the Canadiens come back. The clear in. Lemlin able to drop it off, but Kordic there to get it. Kordic in the corner, battling Janney, and now Corson in front of the net with Larson. And Corson is knocked down, and Larson is going out. Well, that is pretty bad for Reed Larson. If the Bruins are going to be shorthanded here, a confrontation, the whistle had stopped the action, the two confronting each other, and he knocked down Corson. And that's, unless Corson goes out with him.
That's the only thing I'm thinking. I think he got them both, but that would have been a great power play, for the Bruins at this point.
It is roughing. I'm sure he called an extra one on Larson. And Reed would have to keep his cool. That is a bad penalty to take in this situation.
Wesley got high stick, then a punch in the face. That's going to be the original penalty, I think, if he didn't miss it. Now right here, Larson punches him back for his trouble. A little right hook there. That turnabout's fair play.
Well, matching penalties,
as long
okay.
As they're matching, we can live with that.
No problem, Reed. He just got back for Wesley being belted by Corson. So the teams will play at full strength. So often, like the official, you many times just see the last incident, not the first one.
Well, Wesley was down there for a reason. He fell like a stone, so although it's in the corner of your eye, you got to say some infraction occurred.
Casper says the face-off is outside the line, and Fraser agrees with him.
He said, oh, yeah, okay, Stevie, you're right. Forgot about that. Now Montreal's all bent out of shape. What are you doing to us here?
56 seconds left in period number one. Boston leads on goals by Steve Casper and Cam Neely. Carbonneau on the face-off with Casper. Casper is out with Neely on the right and Joyce on the left. Canadiens break it over the line. Ludwig trying to move in. Broken up by Bourque. Not cleared out. Kept in. Ludwig on the boards. Away the shot by Thibodeau. It's blocked. Lawler with it. Lawler at the point. Cross for Ludwig. Ludwig tees it up. Great save. And the clear, marvelous save by Reggie Lemlin on Ludwig. 35 seconds left in the period. A superb stop on Ludwig. Bruins break it up inside the Canadian line. Casper, who scored the first goal. Everywhere. 24 seconds left. Janney replaces Casper. Plett is out now. And the Canadiens start it back. Again, it is Ludwig. Over the line, he connects with Carbonneau. Carbonneau broken up. Janney tripped as he tried to cut away. No call. They let it go. Kordic spilled him in front of the Boston net. 4 seconds left in the period. Canadiens play it back to Carbonneau on the back checking of Janney. Stopped him right at the siren, ending the first period. Boston with 11 shots and Montreal with 10. The Boston scores by Steve Casper on the breakout by Randy Burridge. As we look at the Bruins, they've got to be pleased with their performance.
Excellent period of hockey. They skated with the Canadiens the first 10 minutes, thrust for thrust and chance for chance. They got the first one and shut Montreal down after that.
And how about that stop, Lemlin on Ludwig? The glove is very prominent.
Yes, a weapon that we saw his legs work and his feet and his stick and blocker, but didn't know he's such a great glove.
After one period from Montreal, the score, Boston 2 and Montreal nothing. Back to Walt Perkins in the studio, our first intermission.
All right, Fred, thanks. In just a moment, we'll return to the forum where Phil Esposito is standing by with Derek Sanderson. They'll talk about the Stanley Cup playoffs. And John Pearson joins me in studio to analyze the first period. After one period of play, score is 2-0 in favor of the Bruins. Now let's go back to the forum and rejoin Derek Sanderson and his special guest, number 7, Phil Esposito.
Thank you, Walt. probably one of the premier centermen that ever played this game, a good friend, an old teammate, and class guy. Phil, how do you feel about this game tonight? Why did the Canadiens get in the trouble they're getting into?
You know, Derek, I was commenting over there that I have never seen a Montreal Canadiens team absolutely get so frustrated, and I think they're so frustrated, the Bruins got them so upset they don't know what to do. And so consequently, they're trying to intimidate. They're trying to get the Bruins, goad the Bruins into getting cheap penalties. And only once did they respond, and that was Reed Larson when he gave a punch to Corson after Corson punched Wesley. I can't believe I've ever seen a Canadian team. You know what, Turk? Maybe that was the secret for us beating them. We shouldn't have responded.
Maybe we should have had a little more discipline. We outplayed them. They had the goaltending. But in the situation with the Canadiens, this is the first we've ever seen them lose their cool.
This is the first time I can remember in all the years that I've played and I've been, with the game, that I've ever seen the Montreal Canadiens for the whole team, lose their cool, like you say, and it's wild.
You gotta look at the start of this game. They came out flying. Both teams going up and down the ice, thrust for thrust, chance for chance. Then Kasper gets a goal. The Canadiens quieted down. Do you think they should have gone into a defensive shell that early?
No, not at all. And I think that what they should have done is just continue the way they were playing, because what happened was Svoboda fell down. I don't know why he fell down. Plett poked the puck ahead, and it was a 2-on-1, and he made a good pass, and it was a good goal. But that shouldn't have stopped them from playing their game. It looks to me like they had a game plan. They started out doing it perfectly. I think they had 8 shots on net to 2 at one point. And then after that goal by Kasper, they abandoned the game plan, and all of a sudden they went to this rough stuff and pushing and the meetings. I'm so tired of the meetings.
Tired of the meetings. Everybody talking out there. Listen, I'm not taking any of that from you anymore. You had a situation when they called that, they checked the stick on Lemelin. It kind of shows you that they were a little desperate for that first goal.
Yeah, I couldn't believe he did it that early, but I think you hit it right on the head. They wanted to score the first goal. They didn't want the Bruins to get up on him again, and it just backfired on him. But did you see Bobby Smith push the stick up there? And then the Canadian guy leaned over the bench, picked up the stick, and Reggie Lemelin was going crazy. He was yelling like mad.
Randy Burridge went over to get it. Finally, I thought he was going to go over there to fight him. Now remember when I picked up the penalty in Minnesota, the misconduct for throwing the stick in the stands? Chris Chelios did the same thing.
To me, that was really a dumb play on your part and on his part, because you just don't do that when you need it on the ice. And obviously, Chelios is needed on the ice, and you were needed on the ice too, Derek.
Thanks, Phil. What a class guy. All right, from an old friend back to the studio. Thank you very much, Phil.
Okay, Phil and Derek, thank you very much. Two gents who know all about the quest for the cup, something newcomer and native son Bob Sweeney is now finding out for himself.
If the Bruins' quest for the Cup is to be successful, they may have to face the Edmonton Oilers. In a February preview of that test, the Bruins' offense came alive. Bob Sweeney scored the game winner on the way to a 7-4 Bruins victory.
Here comes Sweeney over the line with a threat. Sweeney going on low, in, shot, scores! Bob Sweeney makes it 5-3 with a brilliant rush for Boston. He beat Kevin Lowe, and he beat Grant Pure.
What a tremendous single effort by Bob Sweeney.
After the first 20 minutes, 2-0, Bruins lead Game 5. And Game 5 in the Patrick Division Final being played tonight in Landover between Washington and New Jersey. Let's check out the highlight of the first period of that game. For the 4th game in a row, it was the New Jersey Devils getting the first goal. Now watch, Kevin Hatcher will try to pass out of his own zone. The puck is intercepted by Kirk Muller, scores at 16:36, unassisted goal, 4th straight game. Here he comes, breaks in, beats Malarchuk, 1-0 New Jersey. That series, of course, is tied 2-2. So New Jersey, the surprise in this NHL playoff series, breaking on top first over Washington. As we mentioned, the series is tied 2-2. The rest of the action coming tomorrow night. Only one game, St. Louis at Detroit. Detroit leads the series 3-1. Of course, Edmonton wrapping things up last night with Calgary, a 6-4 win. That gives them 4 straight. They sweep Calgary. So much for Edmonton being on the downslide, I guess. Well, shifting from the ice to the diamond, The Red Sox have taken their 6-game winning streak into Chicago for tonight's game against the White Sox. Starting pitcher for the Red Sox, Boyd. For Chicago, Perez. Oil can 2-0, looking for his third win without a loss with a 2.26 ERA. And a quick reminder, the next Red Sox game on TV 38 tomorrow, 8:30 from Chicago. They will take on the White Sox once again. And a quick reminder that this Sunday, following the Red Sox game with Minnesota, join Sean McDonough and Bob Montgomery for Sox Talk with their guest, Red Sox General Manager Lou Gorman. Should be interesting. It's always fun to get Lou talking. Coming up next, John Pearson with a look at the first period. That's the story on the scoring, and it's kind of a surprise. With us once again to offer his insight in the first 20 minutes is John Pearson. John, I say a surprise because Montreal came out playing their game.
And they sure did, as they do with the Montreal Forum. But all season long, Walt, the Boston Bruins have showed great character. And I think they did in the early stages of the first period. The Montreal Canadiens came out hitting. The Bruins weathered the storm, kept their positions and their cool, which was great. And we're going to show you some of the body checks right now in terms of how the Canadiens started this game. And they did have the momentum at the start. As we see Kasper moving down the right wing, the body check by Ludwig, number 17. Now Kluzak comes in behind, and behind him is Svoboda. And watch this body contact up against the boards. And this is how the game started. Right here, Svoboda on Kluzak. Good, solid body checking by the Canadiens. They did have the momentum early. But we're going to show you here what is good forechecking. Right at this moment, behind the net is Green for the Canadiens, and here comes Willie Plett. Now, right at this moment, Willie Plett's got one thing in mind. The first man in takes the body, takes the man. The second man behind goes after the puck. Now watch what Plett does on Green. He pins him up against the boards, gets away a little bit, but he holds on. And now here comes Kasper. Kasper's idea is to get the puck right there. And the Bruins gain momentum by doing that good forechecking after the Canadiens with their early salvo on the body checking. And the first goal of the game was much more important to the Canadiens. They wanted it desperately. And here's a great play. Kasper flips the puck by Svoboda. And here comes Randy Burridge, a very alert little player who has a good sense of where he has to go. And he cuts in behind Svoboda, causes a 2-on-1. But right here, Burridge has the opening. Robinson's, the defenseman, thinks at this moment that Burridge is going to cut to the net, so he turns laterally. And what happens? Look at right there. He blocks himself out of the play, and Burridge snaps the puck in behind him over to Kasper. A beautiful pass, and he snaps it in behind Roy, and the Bruins have that big first goal. But I'll tell you, this Cam Neely is quite a player, and if he's not the best right winger in the National Hockey League, I'll eat my shirt. Watch this beautiful play right here. As he steals the puck away from Green, uses his body effectively, cuts in on Roy, and slips the puck between the pads. A beautiful play. And you'll see here from a different angle what we mean by good body position. Now Green has the puck, and watch the body position right there. He blocks Green out of the play before he picks up the puck and cuts in. And we're going to switch to our on-ice angle right here, because a very significant thing right here. We're going to hold it just as we see Green come into your picture. Now right at this moment, Roy was afraid of the body contact that he felt was coming, so he stayed deep in his crease. That gave Neely a decided advantage right at this moment. And watch what happens. Roy gets a little tongue-tied right here. Neely blocks out Green and just slips the puck between the pads. A beautiful play by Neely to give the Bruins a 2-0 lead at the end of the first period. And you can't play a better period than that, Walt. I'll tell you, the Bruins, great character.
All right, we'll see if they can keep it up in period number 2. Thanks, John. Let's return now to the Forum and join Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson.
Set to go in period number 2. 2 incidents will long be discussed. The stick throwing of Chelios getting the 10-minute misconduct, taking the stick of Sweeney, and then Lemlin's being measured and not successfully.
Well, you gotta say the Canadiens are literally trying to take the sticks out of the Bruins' hands.
All right, underway in period number 2. The teams are at full strength. And Naslin is on. Good pass over the line for McPhee. McPhee, a backhander in, a save by Lemlin. Not hard. Couldn't get good wood on it. Puck around the boards. Still battling for it. Naslund, Casper, broken up. Casper broke him up. Try to move it out. Naslund gets it again to McPhee. Into the corner. Skrudland going for it. He likes to throw a punch at Bork. Naslund wheels a shot, but misses by a wide margin. Willie Plett able to clear it out quickly. Green wraps it back in. Chelios still has about a couple of minutes left on his misconduct. Bruins work it carefully out. A lead. Ray Bork breaks away from Burridge into the Canadian end. Back for it, Green. The lines change. 2-0 Boston. First minute of play, second period. Breaking Robinson. A pass up now. And Thibodeau gets it for Carbonell. The shot is wide as Kluzak tried to block it. Canadians keep it in. Ludwig out at the left point. Carbonell wheels it back to Ludwig. Ludwig, a pass in. Looking for Robinson. It's broken up by Wesley and cleared. Robinson was a fourth forward there. No question about it. The Canadians down by 2 will be doing that. And the Bruins could get some breaks. Wesley clears, but Ludwig has it. It's right back in over the head of Lemlin. The rebound is Wesley. Wesley up the boards, trying to set up the play on the boards, but Carbonell battles to keep it in, along with Joyce. Back for it goes Neely. Around the other side, the Canadians keep it in. Ludwig intercepted by Kluzak, and a quick clear out for Boston. Bruins have to get their forechecking going now, but now they make a change, and Robinson catches the open ice, barrels over the line, goes deep, tries to cut in, checked by Crowder and Kluzak. Kluzak gets the puck. Kluzak just moves it out on a break. 1-on-1. Crowder and Svoboda. Crowder trying to cut in. Svoboda stopped him. The puck to the corner. Fought for Linsman with it. Linsman for LeMay. The shot is blocked. Canadians break it out. It is Dahlin, right wing side. Drop pass at the line for Naslund. They're double shifting Naslund. Cleared away. Here comes Linsman, but he can't get it. It goes to Roy. He's able to clear it away. Almost a breakaway by Ken Linsman. Could not catch up with the puck. An errant pass by Green. Back for it, Ray Bork. Forechecking Smith. Bork gets it up to Sweeney. 2-0 Boston. Sweeney left wing. Over the line. Penetrates. Trying to put it in front. Looking for Baez. But he collects his own pass in the corner to Baez behind the net. Try to put it in front. Blocked. Green checked by Byers. Dahlin checked by Joyce. But the Canadians get it. Svoboda to Smith. Off for Dahlin. He's forced back by Joyce. Bruins, Lyndon Byers clearing the puck in. 3 minutes played, second period, 2-0 Boston. First period scores by Steve Casper and Cam Neely. Winding up Smith. Breaks away from Joyce. Barreling, center ice, over the line, flying. Moves in, puts it in front. It's deflected away, and Dahlin is hauled down. The fans want a call, and there is none. And breaking out is Willie Plett, left wing side. Clears it in the Canadian end. Good rush by Plett. Canadians a long pass up, and the Bruins check it at center ice. On the puck, Bork. Bork over the line. Bork going deep. Tried to put it in front. It hit a skate. Carbonell starts it back out with Kordic. Broken up by the back checking of Raymond Bork. Marvelous play by Bork. At the Boston line, the puck trickles over the line to Ray Bork. Bork drives it out to Willie Plett, right wing center ice. Fed back in the Canadian end. Boston changing up, but Burridge is still out there. 4 minutes played, second period, 2-0 Boston. McPhee, a shot wide. Deflects into the stands. The face-off called outside the line. A break in the action. Let's pause for this message. This broadcast authorized by the Boston Bruins Hockey Club solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, other use with the constant descriptions of this game without the express written consent of the Boston Bruins. The TV 38 is prohibited. Skrudland against Canny. 4 minutes played, second period. It is Boston 2 and Montreal nothing. Steve Casper and Cam Neely scoring in the first period. Puck kept in by the Canadians. Neely trying to kick it away. A shot by Ludwig blocked. Chelios a shot. Great save, Lemlin. McPhee in the corner overskates it, and the Bruins start out. The cross-check is called on Kluzak against Lemieux. A power play for Montreal with 15:48 left here in period number 2. We'll return with Bruins hockey on TV 38 after this message.
Glenn Wesley got the penalty. I thought it was Gordy Kluzak myself, Fred.
Power play for Montreal.
Right there, a little bingo.
from the back. Skrudland is out there. He is not generally the man on the power play for the Canadiens, but he's been playing good hockey for Montreal. Lemieux with it. Back for Chelios, who has served a misconduct. A screen shot blocked in front, deflected off in the corner, fought for. Canadiens battling to keep it in. And on the boards kept in by Skrudland. For Chelios. All the way across for Robinson. His shot deflected in front, fought for. Bourque trying to move it out, slides it just outside the line. Bruins get it. Trying to break away is Kasper from Burridge. And they break over the line. Burridge is open. Burridge couldn't get the drive on that. Great bid by Kasper and Burridge. They combine for the first goal. Burridge to Kasper. Back come the Canadiens in a power play. McPhee wraps it in. Around the boards. Johnston battling for it. He's up from the Maine Mariners. Penalty killer. And Linsman gets it. Linsman plays it over the line. Skates with it. Started a cut back. Is checked. Johnston wraps it over the line. 4 checks on McPhee. And Svoboda starts it back. 1:05 left on the power play. Lemieux wraps it in around the boards. Walter. Naslund able to keep it in. Puck deflected away. Cuts back near the line, and Chelios able to get it. A drive and a screen deflected wide. The rebound kept in by Svoboda. Naslund behind the net. Off in the corner. Bourque went down. Naslund back for Svoboda. To Chelios. He missed it. Linsman trying to break it out. Linsman has it. Center ice, and he's checked. 35 seconds left on the Canadiens' power play. Puck cleared in by Naslund. Back for it, Kluzak. Kluzak is hit. He waited too long. Naslund gets the puck. Wheels it in the zone. Checked by Bourque. Naslund on it again. Keeps it in now for Dahlin. Knocked away. Goes to Bourque, and Bourque clears it. Lemlin helped out in that situation. 15 seconds left. Chelios starts back. 6 minutes played. Second period. 2-0 Boston. Power play Canadiens. Carbonneau going deep on Larson. Checked by Larson. They battle. Puck loose. And the Bruins. Burridge clears it around, but not out. Kept in by Lawler. He's checked. Bruins trying to break it out. Failed to do it. Lawler keeps it in. Boston full strength. Ass across. Larson drives it right out. No icing. Boston able to organize. They killed off the penalty. And one shot by Montreal. That was kind of a scramble. In deep, Sweeney breaks up the play. Knocks down Lawler. Goes to LeMay in the corner. LeMay plays it carefully, doesn't want to give it away to the Canadiens on a breakout. Peterson wraps it back in, takes a hit from 2 men in deep. Sweeney throwing his weight around. The Canadiens clear the puck. Back for it, Peterson. He is hit in the corner on the play as he sets up the icing, touching the puck first, and Charbonneau wrapped him. The Canadiens doing that with the score. Boston 2, Montreal 0. Let's pause for this message.
This is
And with a break in the
TV38,
action, let's pause for station
WSBK-TV,
identification.
Boston.
Face-off coming up to the right of Rawat. 2-0 Boston. Kasper and Neely first period scores. Draw to Chelios. Around for Walter. Out. Good pass to Charbonneau. Charbonneau checked at the line by Wesley and broken up. Ludwig makes a play across. Walter able to wrap it in. Around the boards, Wesley going for it, and Joyce. Carbonneau. The puck kept in by Lemieux. Deflects away to Neely, who has scored a goal, and Neely starts it out for Boston. On the wing, bounces away from Janney. Cleared back center ice. Carbonneau trying to break with it. Joyce hustles back, breaks him up. Bourque flips, can't set up the play. Chelios breaks over the line. Chelios, a shot deflected, blocked by Bourque. Bourque skates it up and out. A lead now, and Janney trying to break for it, can't get it. Ludwig knocked it away. It's wrapped back in by Neely, and the Bruins make the change-up. 12:25 left. Second period, 2-0 Boston. Kasper and Neely in the first period. Puck cleared in all the way to Lemlin. Drops it for Alan Peterson, who's on defense with Ray Bourque. Bruins trying to come out, and the pass missed by Kasper. Wasn't a good pass, and Naslund cuts it right back in. Checked by Bourque. Goes in behind the net. Wheels it across in front. It goes to the corner. Kept in by Smith. Smith trying to center it. Wrapped up by Platt. A holding call apparently on Platt as he tied up Corson, and another power play for Montreal. And we'll return with more playoff hockey on TV38 after this message. Willie Platt for holding, and it's the second power play. of this period for the Montreal Canadiens. Face-off will be in the Boston end. Bruins scores in the first period by Steve Kasper and by Cam Neely. And for Montreal, Smith is out with Dahlin and Lemieux on the wings, Robinson and Chelios. Chelios at the right point, has a lot of moves, drives, it's deflected by Lemlin into the stands. He got a piece of it, and correction, it went right into the stands. It was high, and the face-off called outside the line. A break for Boston there. 4 seconds elapsed on the power play for Montreal.
Right here, there's a little deflection in front of the net. It had to hit something, Fred. When the original shot was on its way, Lemlin went to catch it. It just hit something on the way in.
And now Kasper on the draw with Bobby Smith. Bork is out with Kluzak. On the puck, Chelios. Clears it in. Back first goes Raymond Bork. Stops, backhands, and lofts it out to the Canadian end. Kasper is on with Burridge, Kluzak, and Bork. Dahlin hangs around way up at the line. Chelios away to Robinson. On the wing over the line, Smith trying to get it, is hauled down, they let it go. No call there. He was hooked down by Raymond Bork. He looks at Frazier, or rather Newell, the referee. He is not going to call that one and give the Montreal Canadiens a 2-man advantage with 1:24 left on the Canadian power play.
That was a break. That was a hooking penalty. Not wanting to send any team 2 men down. I don't know. You got to question that philosophy if it's a legitimate call. But the Bruins are getting the breaks. The puck's bouncing for them. They're thinking positive. They don't look like they're skating at this point, but what they're doing is they're defensively taking the percentage options and trying to shut the Canadiens down. They got to stay out of the penalty box, however. Can't keep on getting penalties for holding or whatever. A continuous parade to that box is going to be...
Walter and Linsman, the draw to Robinson. Back for Chelios. Chelios has to chase the pass. Now to Robinson. The shot missed the net. The long rebound is cleared away by Linsman. 1:12 left on the Canadian power play. They're second in this period. The Bruins haven't had any, and Bruins lead 2-0. Chelios clears it in around the boards. Peterson going for it. And Johnston called up from the Maine Mariners. A drive by Chelios to save the puck loose. Walter can't get a handle to it. Gets it behind the net, though. Gives it off to Naslin now. And it's back to Chelios. That was close. Now for Naslin. To Chelios again. The clearing for Robinson, who has moved way up. Wrapped away by Bork. Can't clear it out. Chelios keeps it in. 35 seconds left on the power play. Peterson, a good play. Clears it around. Linsman goes for it. Wheels and drives it out. Very smart play by Linsman.
Heads up body play by Linsman, going against the grain and opting to turn around his forehand.
20 seconds on the power play, and the Canadiens break it into center ice. Thibodeau going deep, checked by Kluzak. Into the corner. Corson, Wesley going for it. Wesley trying to clear it around. Can't do it. Can't knock it out. But it's deflected away by Burridge. Burridge trying to break with Kasper. Over the line, short-handed. Gets it to Kasper. Kasper in. Scores! Kasper set up by Burridge to make it 3-0. His second goal of the night. A brilliant rush by Burridge and Kasper.
What a play by Stevie Kasper. That's two. And Randy Burridge fought very hard. He fought off a Canadian to get it to Kasper. But you're going to watch great body position on Kasper. He struggled the entire way in from center ice fighting for leverage. And he gets the opportunity. When he gets in cold, then he pauses and decides to go left with it. Right there's the tip by Burridge that saved the day. Now Burridge is going out. You're going to have Skrudland trying to take him, and he dumps it across. There's Kasper fighting all the way. Svoboda just not strong enough. Roy down again prematurely. Big goal for Stevie Kasper and the Bruins.
In effect, that was a shorthanded goal. It isn't on the board that way, but the Bruins at the end of the penalty made that rush, and Steve Kasper gets his second of the night to make it 3-0 Boston. Bruins importantly killed off the second power play for the Montreal Canadiens. 3-0 Boston. Kordic winding up. Now winding up is Thibodeau. Thibodeau was on the ice on that last play. Could not get back. And now Mo LeMay trying to put one on net. Blocked by Lawler. Goes deep. And Roy can't get it. Fighting for it. Crowder, he's wrapped up. And Kordic starts it back. At center ice, stopped by Wesley. Wesley clears it in. The Bruins clear the zone. 9:15 left in the second period. Boston in front, 3-0. Pass to Kordic, looked offside, not called. Back comes Neely, and over the line comes Joyce in a shot. The rebound in front, and Janney was taken down, couldn't get it. Joyce put that right on. A shot here and a save. Joyce with it behind the net, wheeled it in front, and it rolled across the crease. Neely pokes it in deep. Back for it, Green. Around the boards, McPhee trying to come out. Clears it away. Skrudland racing for it, and Peterson. Peterson into the corner, jams it in. Gets the puck, loses now to Lemieux, who followed up. Lemieux for Ludwig, a shot block, a big breakout for Boston. Coming hard, it is Janney over the line, stops, holds, looks for an opening. Now cuts back, fires, and that's a save by Roy. Kicked it wide, beautiful play by Janney. He stopped, let them all race by him, and then fired it in. Back comes Ludwigs, driving it in. 3-0 Boston beyond the halfway mark, second period. Joyce clears it out, too far ahead of Janney. Or he might have had a clean break-in.
He'd have gone for it had Peter Svoboda not been in position coming off the bench.
Another offside pass by the Canadiens. Two lines. They let it go. The Bruins forechecking here. Lensman is out, and Crowder. And the Canadiens start it back. A lead. There's another one by Chelios. Looked offside to Carbonneau. Bruins break it back. Now it's stopped by Svoboda. Robinson starting back from the Montreal end. 7:45 left, second period. Boston leads it 3-0. Bruins clear it to center ice. Trying to move on it, can't. Lensman battles for it, loose puck, and it's LeMay dropping it in the zone. Quick changes by Terry O'Reilly. Robinson winding up. Byers forechecking. Robinson sweeps away, clears it in wide. Lemlin out of the net trying to wrap it away, and Byers couldn't break with it. Larson gets it. Drops it off in the corner. The Canadiens fight, keep it in. A drive, a pad save by Lemlin on Carbonneau. Puck kept in by Green. Bork can't get it. Walter behind the net, rolls it back in front. Green pokes it to Thibodeau. Rolled away, and the Bruins break it out. Sweeney into center ice. 2-on-2. Over the line. Holding makes it now to Larson. Larson cuts in. Can't get the shot away. He moved within 20 feet. And the puck cleared to center ice. And the Bruins right back to cover it. Willie Plett drives it back in the Montreal end. 6:44 left, period number 2. Boston leads 3-0. 2 goals by Steve Kasper. Bruins break it up inside the line. That's Kasper, but he can't convert. Robinson, a pass up center ice. But cutting back for it is Corson. Now the play broken up by Plett, driven back in the Montreal end. 3-0 Boston. You can hear the fans. They're annoyed that the Canadiens can't mount an attack, but that's the Bruins. Kasper breaks up Lawler, and then the puck deflects all the way to the Boston line, and Kluzak gets it right back to Kasper. Has 2 goals already. Kasper drops it in. Plett moves in. Roy slides it around the boards, but too far ahead of Corson, and able to cover it. Just coming on is Ray Bork. Winding up now, Burridge. Burridge trying to break for an opening. Puck is cleared in by Linsman, who just came on. Rick Green into center ice. A long pass, eludes everybody. But it's not icing. Lemlin realizes that and lets it go to Alan Peterson. All the way up to LeMay, and this will be called for icing. And with the score of Boston 3 and Montreal 0, we'll return with more Bruins hockey in just a moment. That second goal by Kasper gave it even strength, as we indicated, but in effect was shorthanded. The Bruins were just getting the man back.
Just barely on the ice when they went in the net, so the time expired just a second off. No Bruin could get in the play to assist it in any way, but the rule is once the penalty's up, that's that, whether the player's in or not.
Thibodeau on the faceoff. Linsman wins it for Ray Bork. Bork clears it around, going for it. Thibodeau, Crowder, Svoboda trying to put it on net. It's deflected away, and the Canadiens keep it in. Dahlin across in front, and a marvelous and a score on the follow-up by Kordic. Kordic got it loose as Lemlin had tied it up, and Kordic puts the Canadiens on the board 3-1.
John Kordick not playing him. He got a big goal for him the other night, a big assist.
Thibodeau had wrapped it in. Lemlin seemingly had it trapped, but he did not, and Kordick was able to wrap it home. Pretty harmless
right here,
play.
goes around. It's a harmless play at this point. Reggie checks him, bounces in the air. Gordy Kluzak just a little bit out of position to field a bouncing puck, too far back of the net. Tried to get his stick on it. That's a 6-5 pick. Two guys swing at it, one goes in.
And that brings the fans alive and makes it 3-1.
Bruins got to get the next goal.
First score by the Canadiens. And Thibodeau gets it away to Dahlin with Kordick. Dahlin breaks in. A save by Lemlin. He walked right in on the right wing side. Puck now to Ludwig. The shot goes over the net. Bruins fight for it. Trying to move it out. Robinson able to keep it in. Blocked. Bruins clear it away. In the center ice. Dahlin walked in. Turned the defense. And Lemlin made a magnificent stop. Robinson broken up. Joyce coming back. Poked away by Robinson before he can get the shot off. Larson's pass goes in wide of Roy. Boston leads 3-1. 2 goals by Casper, 1 by Neely. Kordick scoring. This could be icing. Lemlin elects to play it. Gets it up to Burridge. Burridge looking for Casper. Casper breaks. Picking up Plett. Over the line. It's stopped. Casper gets it. In the Burridge. Burridge wheels, shoots, misses the net. Great chance. Casper set him up. Casper fighting in deep. Hauled down by Chelios. Plett, Burridge, poke it in deep. Svoboda with it. Chelios, forced back. McPhee breaks with Lemieux. McPhee over the line with Skrudland. Locked. Puck fought for on the boards. Lemieux keeps it in. Broken up. Chelios moves in. Chelios into the corner. Trying to put it in front. Hit behind the net. Lemieux fighting for it. Centered. Knocked away. Bruins clear it out. 3:45 left. Period number 2. 3-1 Boston. Kordick from Thibodeau. At center ice. Loose puck. Picked up. Break in Baez. Baez going deep. Checked off the play. Fights for it in deep. Chelios trying to move it out. The Bruins get it. And a shot and a save. A big one on LeMay by Roy. Puck kept in by Baez. Broken up. And Lemieux starts it back. Now to Carbonneau. Carbonneau drops it in. Is hauled down. No call. Fought for. Carbonneau gets it in front. A backhander missed the net by Charbonneau. And LeMay trying to clear it out. Stop. Fed back in. Big save on Carbonneau by Lemlin. Fought for in the corner. Carbonneau in front. Lola can't get it as he cut for the net. LeMay checks him. The Canadiens going all out here. Baez breaks it up. Goes to Carbonneau. Pass up. Blocked by Baez. Fights Green for it on the boards. Puck is kept in by the Canadiens. Now pinned by Sweeney. Now goes to Kluzak. Kluzak skates it off and ices it. And that was a ton of pressure by the Montreal Canadiens. And we'll return with more second period action after this message. Reggie Lemlin makes his big move here. He's called a little timeout on himself and allowed it by Frazier, and saying that he's shaken up. So Reggie has done this before.
Yes, Reggie's very good at this. He's an actor in all of us, I think. Takes a little drink.
Oh, what he says is, let's get organized, fellows. We've got to get this puck down to the Montreal end and not have it buzzing around in our zone. 2:31 left in period number 2.
Just a great save there by Lemlin on that replay. And it buzzed around the net a little bit. Reggie held the fort. Another positive sign for the Bruins.
Amazing how that goal by Kordick picks up the fans and the Montreal Canadiens, but we've seen that happen before, and the fans are chanting away. Smith over to get a new stick, and the faceoff will be to the right of Lemlin. Larson is on defense with Bork. The rookies out there, Gianni, Joyce, Neely. The draw, one for Ludwig. Cross for Chelios. He missed it. And out comes Neely. And the Bruins coming up. Neely over the line. Shot, a save, a big one by Roy. He drilled that right on, puts it in front. Knocked away by the Canadiens, not out. Back at the line, kept in by Raymond Bourque. Fired up in the corner. Janney forechecking. Chelios cuts away. Ludwig sends Corson away on the right wing. Crisscrossing with Smith. Smith trying to move it in front. It's knocked in front and skated off by Ray Bourque just in front of Corson, and he clears it out. Under 2 minutes left. And an injured Canadian inside the line, Naslin,
That's
knelt down.
Knocked down.
And the play was called offside when the Canadiens brought it back in from center ice. With the score of Boston 3, Montreal 1, we'll return with more Bruins hockey in just a moment. New Jersey leads Washington 2-0 in their game. Thibodeau on the faceoff. This line was out. Thibodeau got an assist on the goal by Kordic. First score by the Canadiens in a long stretch. Svoboda wraps it in. Back first goes Kluzak. Crowder. They're pinned on the boards. And finally the whistle, and a little high sticking Linsman and Kordic. 1:42 left. The faceoff is to the right of Reggie Lemlin. The shots are 17 Montreal, 16 for Boston. That's 16th. A good scoring chance by Cam Neely. He blasted it from the left wing side. Roy came up with the stop.
Bruins had an opportunity there with Joyce. Just couldn't get the puck away. The shot on net. Bruins got to pick it up a little bit. Think a little more offense.
For the Canadiens, they're going with Thibodeau, the rookie, called up from the minors. Dahlin at left wing and Kordic at right wing. Svoboda and Robinson. And plenty of time before the faceoff, and the Bruins will take that. Thibodeau against Linsman. Linsman taking his time, dropping the stick.
He likes a little conversation in there, which is very distracting.
Thibodeau went for a shot and missed the net right away, knowing that Linsman would be drawing. Behind the net, Dahlin in to get it. Rolls around the corner, still has it. Stops, cuts, puts it back in front. Thibodeau a shot, missed the net. Kordic keeps it in. Pressure by the Canadiens. Their defense way up. Bruins finally get it. Linsman pops it in the air to center ice. 1:20 left in this. The second period, 3-1 Boston. 2 goals by Casper. A missed pass, and LeMay can't get it. Winding up now, Larry Robinson. Crowder forechecking. Bruins trying to contain the Canadiens. 1:07 left in the period. Robinson, the big strides, drives it in. Ricochets around. LeMay is back. He takes the hit. Bruins able to clear it out. Under a minute left in the period. Robinson drives it back. Bounces around. Bruins tap it up near the Canadian line. And it's wrapped in by Crowder, and Terry O'Reilly makes a quick change. 45 seconds left in the period. Burridge is out there. A long pass into the Boston zone. Wesley gets it. An errant pass there by Wesley. He had plenty of time to make a careful play, carry it out. Any other option but clearing it down. And he cleared it to the Montreal end, and it is called for icing.
Now they're getting into a little push and shove, punch and Judy show here. Speaking of Judy Pranka, Amesbury Travel. Just a super operation, that is. It took care of us again this trip. Dan's here. The whole crew from Amesbury Travel is here tonight. Must be nice, Dave. You got a travel agency, you can go to all the Bruins road games.
That's right.
At least get seats.
At least get seats. The shots are 17 Montreal, 16 for Boston. The faceoff in the Boston end. To the left of Lemlin. Skrudland is out there with McPhee on the right and Lemieux on the left with Chelios and Green. 34 seconds left in this period. Steve Casper, 2 goals. Cam Neely, 1. Kordic for Montreal. Canadiens win it. McPhee, shot, a save by Lemlin, short side. Rebound around. Kluzak with it, able to clear it out. On the right wing side to Bob Sweeney. Sweeney wraps it in the Canadian end. Back for it, Green. 20 seconds left. The Bruins forecheck, slow it down. Green trying to wheel it out. Bruins break it up. That was Casper driving it back deeper. 15 seconds left. On the other side, Burridge going for it. Can't get it. Lemieux starts it back. 9 seconds left. Lemieux clears it all the way around the Boston zone. Sweeney deflects it to Bourque. Bourque able to clear it out, and that'll do it. So period number 2 ends. with Boston getting a big score, his second of the game, by Steve Kasper. And Montreal coming to life after being well contained by the Bruins on the goal by Kordic.
Oh, you try to put life into it. What you got to do now is go. You got to think this third period.
And the score after 2 periods from the Forum: Boston 3 and Montreal 1. Let's go to Walt Perkins in the studio, our second intermission.
All right, Fred, thank you very much. When we come back, Lemelin on Lemelin, highlights from Landover and John Pearson's analysis of period 2, so don't go away. We are between the second and third periods at the Forum with a score 3-1 in favor of the Bruins. Well, you know, it wasn't that long ago that Reggie Lemelin was asking for a chance to be an everyday goaltender. The Bruins were quite happy to oblige. The result has been just what Lemelin expected. When Reggie Lemelin first skated onto the ice as a Bruin, nobody knew what to expect, except for Lemelin himself.
I'm a pretty stable goalie. You're going to get the same thing out of me almost every game. And some nights the puck will slip through that it may look bad on. But it doesn't mean that I'm having a bad night. I usually can get over that. I try to give the team the same kind of goaltending game in and game out.
Still, the question begged to be asked. If he was so consistent, why did the Calgary Flames allow the Bruins to scoop him up as a free agent without compensation? But a Bruin he became, and the decent goals against average that he posted with Calgary became downright impressive as a Bruin. Specifically, he ended the regular season with a 2.9 goals against average. And in the playoffs, well, Reggie has been nothing short of sensational. A 2.5 goals per game average, 1 loss, 6 big wins. In fact, you could write a book on goaltending and base it on Lemelin's masterful handling of the Canadiens in games 2, 3, and 4. And while Chapter 1 would deal with eye and hand coordination, Lemelin attributes his success to the ability to absorb information very, very quickly. Now, this is how you and I would see a big league play.
And it's off for Quenneville. A shot and a save, Lemelin. Oh, that was masterful.
And this is how Reggie Lemelin would see the same play.
When the opposing team is crossing the red line, coming toward the blue line, in my head it's like a computer. I see 6 options. And as every stride that they're coming toward me, these options are reduced to 3, 4, 2, 1. And when they're down to 1, bang, I'm there.
And when he's there, what does the puck look like?
Well, let's just say the puck looks like a basketball. Would be a good comparison.
There is another way of telling that Reggie Lemelin is on his game. It's his trademark pump of the fist, a signal to his son Brian that his dad has come up a winner.
Brian would like to, could never watch the game at night because it was too late, so Mom would tape the game and he could watch Daddy the next day, and I would say, if we win, I'm going to do this for you. You watch at the end of the game. So he would wait for it, and he would know if we won or not, because for him, he didn't really know the score, but if he'd see that, he knew we won.
So pardon us, Brian, if we're intercepting your dad's messages, but after all, he's a big winner with us, too. Reggie Lemelin, the man who walks softly but carries a legal stick. Well, when we come back, more hockey highlights and an update from Chicago on the Battle of the Sox. The score after 2 periods at the Forum, 3-1, Bruins on top. Now, before we get to John Pearson's thoughts on the second period, let's update the situation in Landover. Game 5 between the Caps and the Devils. It was 1-0 New Jersey after 1 period. We go to the second period. Now, watch the shot from inside the blue line by Tom Curvers. It'll hit the top of Malarchik's stick and then goes through his legs. Hard to see on regular speed. Let's go to the slow motion. You get a much better shot here. Right through. Power play goal for Curvers, his 3rd of the playoffs. Pat Verbeek with the assist. 2-0. New Jersey leads it at the end of the second period. On the road, they're trying to take a 3-2 lead in the Patrick Division Finals. Well, we just checked on what's going on in the Windy City. It's now the Rainy City. The Red Sox are in a rain delay with the White Sox. They haven't even started the game. It has not been postponed, but it is a rain delay. And yes, hold on to your hats. They may not be called the O's after tonight. Baltimore is leading 2-0 over the world champion Twins at the Homer Dome. That game is in the 5th. And for Orioles fans, that means there is a long way to go before it is over. Well, don't forget, as long as we're on the topic of baseball, the next Red Sox game on TV 38 tomorrow night, 8:30 from Chicago. You can see the game right here on TV 38. So coming up next, though, John Pearson and Period 2 highlights. All right, welcome back. We've just seen the scoring summary. Let's go right to John Pearson. Thoughts on the second period? I know the checking was pretty fierce.
Well, the checking was excellent by the Boston Bruins throughout that period. I thought they, again, held their cool, checked the Canadiens well, especially through center ice, which was a key because they were also getting some good scoring opportunities off that. We're going to show you, though, however, the power plays for both teams, and we counted them up. There have been 49 power play opportunities of various lengths. We're going to show you here in terms of the box formation, which has been very effective. Now, what happens on the power play in the playoffs sometimes is the players get a little on the tentative side. It's been excellent goaltending on both ends of the ice, and the box formation combines to have good penalty killing as opposed to the good power play production. This is the Bruins with a man in the penalty box, the good formation now. The box formation, you'll see this setup. It keeps the pressure on the opposition, keeps the puck on the perimeter. The shots tend to be from far out. They're blocked here by Peterson. He's on with Burridge and Kasper along with Bork. Now right here, we're going to show you the Canadiens' effort to block Peterson out of the play, hoping to break down the box formation. But he doesn't go for the puck. He lets it go and backs off, which is the right way to do this. And he goes back to the box formation as the Bruins go into that angle right here. Now look at the Canadian in the center. That's the man that the Bruins have to be careful about, and that's why the point men are not playing out to the point positions. They're playing midway between that guy in the center and the 2 point positions, and they just go back and forth trying to block those passes as they come through. Now the Kasper goal, his second of the night, a beautiful combination once again by Burridge. They were at the tail end of the penalty killing, so although it was not a shorthanded goal, it could have been. And here's Burridge going down that right side, scoops it into Kasper. He fights off Svoboda, and he slips the puck in behind the stick glass side of Roy. Now, we're going to show you this, and it's uncharacteristic of the Canadiens. They have lost their cool in this series to some degree. 29 is Thibodeau. He takes out Burridge, but who comes over but Larry Robinson? And there are two Canadians trying to get Burridge. He scoops the puck into center ice, and Kasper, with beautiful body position on Svoboda, just rides him into the front of the net. It looks like from here that Roy has it all blocked off, but Kasper slides it in past that stick side, and the Bruins took a 3-0 commanding lead at that point. A very good play by Kasper and Burridge. And we're going to show you here also the Canadians who can freewheel but have not done much of that in this game. Look at Dahlin. Now he's in the center portion of your screen. He's moving across from his left to his right. We're going to let this thing flow right now, and you're going to see a very important save by Lemlin. The Canadians had just scored on a goal by Kordic. It was 3-1. He cuts around Wesley, cuts in beautifully right here. Lemlin stands his ground and kicks it out with the right pad, and that wall. Big stop for the Bruins. Lemlin coming up very big at a very key moment in that second period.
He's made a few big saves, and we got 20 minutes of hockey to go in this one. We'll see what happens if the Bruins can hold on and wrap up this series. Let's go back now live to the Forum for third period action with Fred and Derek.
We're on now. This is what I want to show you, John. Fred went all the way down the bottom of the Bruins dressing room to get this stick. This is what they were measuring. This is what the discrepancy was, whether this is going to be over the legal limit of 3.5 inches. The height of the stick here in the blade. They were looking to maybe thinking it was going to be 3 3/4. Lemlin was right. Canadians got a penalty for their trouble.
Derek?
Thank you.
Derek?
Yeah.
Don't you think that the Canadians took a poor time to do that?
Oh, I think it's a foolish time, John. I think it would really, Esposito and I had talked about it, and Phil felt the same. I think the Canadians were looking to get that first goal as probably the most important goal, and that was the problem there. They didn't get it. I would have taken it later.
Derek, let me ask you one quick question. Six of the Bruins have had little or no experience in the playoffs so far. How do you think they're standing up under the playoff pressure?
I think the goal that Montreal got concerned them a little bit. I think they tightened up a little bit, but I am thoroughly impressed with the way Janney is playing, and Sweeney, Wesley. I think they're all playing very well, and they're holding their composure, and I think that they've got good command of their attitude.
Well, good luck in the third period.
Set to go now in the third period. Boston leads 3-1. New Jersey leads Washington 2-0 in their game. Skrudland is out there with McPhee on the left side, Casper, Plett, and Burridge. Truly an amazing story. Willie Plett, regular shift with Casper and Burridge, assisted on the first goal. Skrudland trying to break over the line. Back foot is Wesley. Wesley able to clear it out to Plett. Good break here, 3-on-2 to Casper in the middle. He lost his helmet. Back for Plett. Plett, a shot, save! Big shot by Plett. Good wrist shot, right arm. Canadians back. Skrudland over the line looking for McPhee. Broken up by Casper, playing without his helmet. He has 2 goals. He gets another 3-on-2. Over the line with Burridge. Off for Burridge. Burridge. Shot blocked by Chelios. Went wide. Canadians giving up the 3-on-2s to attack. Here comes Chelios. 4 men up. Lemieux. Saved by Lemlin, and that was a scorching drive. Wesley trying to clear it out. Can't. Kept in by Lemieux. Lemieux broken up. And with it, Janney. Janney broke him up. He's coming on Ludwig. He's all alone. Trying to cut in one-on-one, and he's taken off the play. Bruins held back there, thinking defensively. And back for it is Bob Joyce at center ice. Now to Bork. Bork to Janney to Neely. Right wing side. Holds his shot. Now fires. And a blocker save. Puck loose. Janney trying to get it. Pokes it to the corner. Neely in the battle for it. Ludwig is hit. Neely out in front. Blocked. Joyce flattened as he tried to move it in front. Scramble. Roy able to tie it up as the Bruins make a bid for goal number 4 at the crease. Break in the action. Let's pause for this message. The Canadians are attacking with 4 men, sometimes 5.
That can leave them open to some serious mistakes. The Bruins capitalize, pick off an errant pass. They're going to be in on Roy.
Errant pass.
Errant pass, sorry.
It's all right.
I was thinking in French. I was thinking in French, Fred.
Right. Errant is good. Puck is driven into the stands on a face-off call as Kluzak drove it. And the face-off at center ice. When in Montreal, think as...
When in Rome, do as the Romans, right?
18:23 left. Period number 3. Boston leads 3-1. 2 goals by Casper, 1 by Neely. Kordic for the Montreal Canadiens. Linsman with LeMay and Crowder. On the Kordic goal, Thibodeau and Dahlin have the assist. It came at 14:35 in the second period and really brought the fans alive. Casper had made it 3-0. Long one up for Carbonneau. Interception by Mo LeMay on Charbonneau. Canadians wind up again. Walter now to Carbonneau. Flipped in wide of Lemlin. Back first is Kluzak. Up the boards. Mo LeMay. LeMay knocked down, got it outside, and Larson able to wrap it in wide of Patrick Roy. Boston changes up. And a good play by Linsman, who stayed on. He popped it in, and with it, Burridge tried to put it in front. An open net possibility for Boston. Lyndon Byers, but he couldn't get it to him. Alan Peterson drives it in all the way on Roy. Winding up is Green. 3-1 Boston. Canadians break it out. Charbonneau flips it in. He wants a line change. Back goes Bork. He's hit by Corson. Byers flattened by, not flattened, but hit by Smith. Bruins able to clear it out. Byers took that check well. Smith lined him up from way out. Svoboda wraps it back in. Byers hauled down Corson on the corner. Bork knocks it behind the net. Naslin there. Naslin checked by Peterson. Smith checked by Sweeney. Corson checked by Bork. Interception by Sweeney. Sweeney backhands it out. Svoboda winding up. Sweeney is out with Burridge, Neely. Well, the line's changing here. Naslund rushing. The pass in. Floats deep for Kluzak. Kluzak dropped it off, and Naslund hustles in, gets it. Puts it across in front. Chelios drives one. Blocked by Peterson. Peterson checked by Smith. Smith behind the net. Checked by Peterson. Kluzak gets it. Drops it up on the side, but not out. Svoboda able to keep it in. A centering pass. Naslund. Pass in front. Blocked on the puck. It is Smith behind the net. Off in the corner. The pass back. The drive here. The save by Lemlin. The puck knocked to the boards by Neely. Pressure by the Canadiens. Heavy. And now Sweeney skates it out. Gets a break with Neely. Ahead for Neely. Neely trying to cut in. Hold on. Gets it again. He's in. He scores! Cam Neely from Bob Sweeney makes it 4-1 on a breakaway with 15:54 left in the third period. The second goal of the night by Cam Neely.
What a break that is for the Boston Bruins. Cam Neely, just hard work, muscled his way. Fought it, popped it out. A couple of big saves by Lemelin. And once again, Reggie Lemelin gives birth to a breakaway opportunity for Neely. Made no mistake, a patent Neely move here. Gets punched up to him. Once again, Peter Svoboda, he was the one caught. Roy down too early. Telegraphed he was going down. Watch him go down, and Neely goes upstairs. Big goal for the Bruins. Cam Neely, love to see him get hot.
Bob Sweeney sent him away. He'll assist. And it is 4-1 Boston. Steve Kasper with 2 goals. Cam Neely with 2. Kordic from Montreal. Heavy, heavy pressure by Montreal, buzzing around the Boston net, and then the breakout. Puck cleared back in. Wesley gets it away to Bourque. Bourque to Crowder. The Crowder clear will be icing. 15:40 left in the third period. And with the score, Boston 4, Montreal 1. Let's pause for this message. Canadiens put out the line that scored their lone goal. Thibodeau, Kordic, and Dahlin.
Right here, the fake shot and the quick pass goes by everybody. Broken play. Peterson made a super play there.
Lensman on the faceoff with Thibodeau. 15:40 left, third period, 4-1 Boston. Bourque and Kluzak out there. Kasper is out in case Lensman gets waved out. A backup by Terry O'Reilly. And the Bruins break it out. Crowder checked all the way. Works it to center ice. Blocked. Lensman gets it. Now Crowder. Crowder over the line, but Kasper is moving out. LeMay replaces him. That's the regular line used by O'Reilly. LeMay at left wing. Canadiens coming back. They tip it in. Thibodeau is hauled down by LeMay. In deep. Bourque is flattened. He is down and hurt. Ray Bourque is hurt. A heavy, heavy hit by Thibodeau. There is no penalty indication from Frazier. He was smashed behind the net.
He got a cross-check on the back of the head. Gordy Kluzak stepped in the middle of 3 Canadiens.
Jim Narrigan out to check with Bourque, who's back up. Skating slowly to the Boston bench. He was racked up.
He racked up with a cheap stick here.
Let's see if Frazier is calling a penalty. The Bruins did not have a power play in the second period.
He did not call a power play. Right there, the cross-check, the follow-through by Thibodeau.
Frazier is over to the penalty box. High stick. And he is calling Kordic.
Well, Kordic for the high stick. Now, after the fact, it came Hyman Kluzak. He missed the call on Bourque. He let that go. There was no indication at all that he was going to call anything on that. It was the high stick in the aftermath of finding Ray Bourque down and out. Down but not out, thankfully. The Bruins would sorely miss their leader at this point.
Bourque does not do that. There is Raymond Bourque, stunned by the hit by Thibodeau behind the net.
Looked like he got it in the eye. He was motioning towards his eye.
Well, matching penalties to Kordic and Kluzak for high sticking. Wesley is on with Larson. Bruins clear it in. The teams are at full strength and 5 minutes played in the third period. Cam Neely 2 goals, Kasper 2 goals, Kordic for Montreal. The long clear by everybody. All the way to Lemlin, so no icing. Larson, Wesley, safely to center ice to Kasper, and a good break here with Burridge. Plett stays back. Casper holds it, moves it in front. Shot, save, Roy. Rebound, Larson. Oh, big stop. The light goes on. They wave off the goal. The linesman has waved off the goal. Larson put it in. A long delay on the light going on. It looked like it was in.
I think what they're going to call, Fred, is that the net was knocked off its moorings, and in the motion, the puck getting there.
And now the Canadiens doing just what's available to them, roughing it up, hoping they can intimidate Boston.
They're not going to intimidate anyone in the Stanley Cup. Over the years, that's what I found. That in the Stanley Cup play, no one is scared.
We'll return with more playoff hockey on TV 38 after this message. Dave Newell calling matching penalties that will not affect the on-ice strength.
Right here, the great save right there. Now the net's off the mooring, so Larson's shot is going to be nullified. I mean, that net was up in the air. Good call by Dave Newell. Unfortunate break for the Bruins. One of the few times the puck has bounced against them tonight.
And the good news, Ray Bourque is back out.
Back out.
Newell has not given Boston a power play.
What an opportunity that was. Great save by Roy there.
Since the first period. Bourque is out with Peterson, 4-1 Boston. Ray Bourque with it. Long drive in, and Roy lost it. It trickled wide. But Chelios covers, and the Canadiens started back, broken up by Bourque. And some action behind the Boston bench. Waiting to see what that is all about. Lyndon Byers, Terry O'Reilly there. Don't know whether a fan got involved or what.
How about a puck? Puck maybe gone into the Bruins bench and popped somebody. Looks like LB's got it in the face.
That was it. You suspect maybe the fans were getting involved behind that Boston bench.
Geez, they did one night. I ended up out in St. Catherine Street. Somebody come down, punched one of our Bobby Orr, and away we went.
Janney, Neely, and Joyce, the Boston line. 14:24 left, third period. Joyce breaks it up, trying to capitalize. Janney gets it, plays it back to Bourque. Bourque to Joyce. Up to the line, Neely can't get it. Janney gets it, winding up at center ice. Controlled hockey here by Boston. They lead 4-1. Alan Peterson now. Popped it in the air into the corner. No icing. Chelios chased all the way by Janney. And Naslund gets it. Pass up is stopped by Bob Joyce. Loose puck, Naslund. The clear in, knocked down. Peterson gives it to Bourque. Bourque gets away from Lemieux. Safely to Janney. Janney trying to break with it. Broken up at the line. The follow-up by Bourque. Bourque slides it in. Green gets it. Pass up to Walter. Walter moves to the corner. Try to put it in front. Checked by Wesley. Carbonneau. Wesley. They jam it up. Bruins would like a face-off. And Lemieux goes barreling in on Wesley. And
Cam Neely jumps in. So what do you think you're doing now? The whistle's blown. Cheap shot. Bruins showing extreme discipline.
And with the score, Boston 4 and Montreal 1. We'll return with more Bruins hockey in just a moment. 2 goals by Steve Casper, 2 by Cam Neely. Kordic for Montreal, 13:25 left. The face-off to the left of Lemlin. Boston 24 shots and Montreal 23. Edmonton won last night, getting 17 shots, eliminating Calgary, getting only 17 shots and 6 goals. Sweeney on the face-off with Carbonneau. Wesley lost it, rolls across on Lemlin, tips it off for Baez. Baez trying to clear it out, blocked. Canadiens, Carbonneau keeps it in. A pass into the corner. Walter with it. Walter checked along the boards. Bruins can't clear it out. They are hit. And Larson trying to check it. Now Ludwig, a shot wide of Lemlin, but they keep it in. Robinson is up there. Canadiens put it in front. And a cross-check called on Boston. Lyndon Byers out for a cross-check. He really, as the play was in front of the net, he really racked up Jose Charbonneau. A power play for Montreal. with about 7 minutes played here in the third period. And with the score of Boston 4, Montreal 1, let's pause for this message. Guy Carbonneau seldom gets out on the power play, and he was a little disgusted that Perron didn't leave him out in this situation, throwing his stick up as he saw replacements come out there. Has to be annoyed.
Well, that is also another bad sign of character. They've had their dissension problems all year, Montreal, and agreeing with Perron. I think the Nyland trade had a lot to do with it. It brought it to a head. They opted to get let Chris Nyland go. Big mistake.
Back to Chelios. Chelios wraps it. It is blocked. Burridge able to clear it away. Too far ahead of Casper, but he races Robinson for it. Checks Robinson deep all the way. Battles him, and still going behind the net. Casper with 2 goals. Battles Robinson. Gets the puck. Trying to contain it in there. What a marvelous job by Steve Casper, the Montreal native. The Canadiens break it out now. Naslund wraps it in. It pucks away to Lemlin. Cuts in front of the net. No danger of going in. The fans yelled. Naslund has it now, though. Always dangerous. Wheeling in the zone on the perimeter. Gets it back to Chelios, who just kept it in. Chelios moves it into Smith. Smith lost it. Bork there. Up for Casper. Casper slides it back near the line. And not out, they say. Thorson in the corner. Hit behind the net. Bork trying to get it. Clears it around the boards. Robinson there. Power play Montreal. Puck fed in. Robinson missed it. Corson gets it now to Robinson. Everybody way up for the Canadiens. Off for Chelios. Chelios in front for Naslund. The backhander missed. The rebound. A great save on Robinson. Robinson to Naslund behind the net. Naslund wheeling. Trying to put it in front. A save. A save again. Across it goes, and Burridge gets it and drops it out of the zone. Marvelous work by Lemlin. 38 seconds left. Here's Burridge alone. He's onside. He's in. He is stopped by Roy. A shorthanded bid by Burridge as Robinson was trapped deep. Power play Montreal, 25 seconds left. Svoboda over the line, checked by Wesley. Wesley gets it free to Alan Peterson. Up for Linsman. Linsman trying to outskate Kordic. Loses to Svoboda. 15 seconds left on the Montreal power play. They had 2 in the second period. They have this one here. The Bruins have not been given any by Newell in the second and third periods. Back goes Wesley. Wesley trying to move it out, up the boards. Thibodeau able to keep it in. And Bruins get a man back, trying to get in the play. Wesley trying to jam it up and get a face-off. The Canadiens get it. Kordic broken up. Around the boards, Svoboda. Checked by Linsman. The puck cleared down. No icing. Bruins kill off the penalty, 10:40 left. Third period. It is icing as the Bruins were back at full strength. And with the score, Boston 4 and Montreal 1, we'll return with more Bruins hockey in just a moment. Larry Ness gave us that Andy Moog stick for the demonstration.
There's some saves right there. Reggie Lemelin, sharp as attack. Larry Ness. Fred, I mean, it was the jaunt you took from way up here down there to get it. That's what I'm proud of you.
Janney on the faceoff with Walter, 10:38 left, third period. And the draw, Bruins with it. Janney just pokes it out softly. Joyce hustles on Lawler. Into the corner. Prevents any icing. There wouldn't have been any. Neely keeps it in. Looking for Joyce. Joyce in the corner, checking it, battling. He doesn't want to throw it away and any careless pass out. Janney keeping it, battling, and can't get it now. Moving up as Larson forces a errant pass out, or a runt, as we say.
Errant. Errant pass.
Halfway through the third period. Boston 4-1. Janney out with Neely, who has scored 2 goals. Casper with 2. Puck rolls to center ice. Kluzak clears it back in. Lawler starting the play in the center ice. Carbonneau over the line. The shot in by Charbonneau. The save by Lemlin. Kluzak off on the left for Joyce. Can't clear it out. Chelios a shot back in. A save. The rebound. Bruins fail to clear it out. Robinson a shot. Oh, what a stop. There is the big save. The Bruins trying to clear it out softly are handing the puck to the Canadiens, and Robinson fired one, and Lemlin made a magnificent stop, but the Bruins have to clear that puck out and take the icing as they did just then.
Well, you got to say to yourself, what are they trying to do? They're trying to come out with authority, and a little quick pass like that, Neely to Joyce would have been tremendous if it had worked. If it doesn't work, you're dead. So I'd like to see him get a little more on it at this stage of the game. They don't need any more goals.
And they can't give Montreal opportunities like that, as they did in game number 2, riding a 3-0 lead.
Reggie Lemelin is just playing outstanding in goal. He's with a goaltender. You know, a lot of the old-timers in hockey will tell you, well, that's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. And he's part of the team. He's got a black and gold sweater on. But he's just, he's going to first star again.
Shots are 29 Boston, 28 Montreal. Linsman on the face-off with Skrudland to the left of Reggie Lemelin. This time it's Montreal taking time and stalling here as Larry Robinson now moves back to the point, adjusting the tape on his stick. Face-off, Skrudland. Chelios and Robinson are out there. They're playing just about the whole third period. McPhee and Lemieux. The draw to Peterson. Peterson lost it. Lemieux can't hang on to it. Bork drops it out. No icing, back for Chelios. A quick clear out by Ray Bork that time. Robinson winding up, back to Chelios. Skrudland in the center ice to the Boston line. Over the line comes McPhee. He's checked. Bork trying to get it. It's kept in by the Canadiens. Lemieux taps it. Now Skrudland checked. Lemieux with it. Off on the side. Wheeling around. Holding. Trying to move in. Goes behind the net. Checked by Linsman. Good defensive play by Linsman, but the puck is kept in by Robinson. It's like a power play. It's popped in front, and with it, Sweeney. Sweeney fails to clear it again. But the shot by Chelios blocked. LeMay gets it out to Sweeney. Sweeney loses to McPhee. McPhee knocked down. Linsman breaking over the line. Pops it in safely. A smart, heady play by the veteran. Sweeney forechecking on Robinson. Jams him up in the corner. They battle. Lemieux into the fray, behind the net. It's taken by Burridge, wheels it in front. But Casper had stayed back cautiously, as he should. He has 2 goals, 2 great goals, both set up by Burridge. A shot by Larson. Roy can't get it out of his pads. Tries, still trying, out of the glove maybe. And the face-off called. We'll return with more third period action after this message. And the face-off to the left of Patrick Roy. 8:18 left. Third period, 4-1 Boston. 2 goals by Steve Casper, 2 by Cam Neely. Kordic for Montreal. Kluzak and Wesley for the Bruins. The draw to Svoboda. Forced back. Now it's up for Dahlin. The pass missed by Thibodeau. Bruins control it. Casper flipping it back in the Montreal end. Roy trying to clear it up the boards. Casper keeps it in. In deep for Burridge, who's been everywhere. Gets it to Casper in front. Quick shot by Johnston. And it was deflected wide. Early in the game, he had a great scoring bid. The Canadiens are out. Dahlin rushing over the line. Checked on the play. It's Thibodeau, not Dahlin. And away comes Casper. Casper pokes it ahead and can't get in on Green. Hauled Green down. And it is Burridge fighting to keep it in. Pokes it into the Canadian end. 7:35 left. Burridge has set up both the Casper goals. Canadians start back, trailing by 3. They are broken up. Neely with it. Took it away from Kordic. Neely over the line. A shot. Grabbed by Roy. Dropped off. And winding up now is Smith. Kordic has the lone Montreal goal. Smith out with Corson. At the line. Checked. Puck over on the boards. Cam Neely with it. Cam Neely hit in the corner. Maybe looking for a face-off. And he gets it. The Bruins want those whistles, say less than every minute.
They really break up play, Fred. You have to go back to face-off, drop the puck. And the Bruins have been winning their face-off, so it's exactly what they want to do. Stop any give and go here that the Canadiens have organized. You get a lot of whistles. It really slows up play.
New Jersey leads Washington 2-1 in the third period. That series tied at 2 games apiece. Boston leads here 4-1. 2 goals by Casper, 2 by Neely. Kordic for Montreal. Smith is out with Naslin and Corson. Ludwig and Lawler. Linsman on the draw with Smith to the right of Lemlin. Canadiens with it. Checked on the play, though, by Bob Sweeney. Sweeney poked it away from Ludwig to the Montreal zone. Hustling work. Forechecking is LeMay all the way, and Lawler. Lawler off for Ludwig. Bruins battling to keep it in. The puck goes to center ice. Wrapped up by LeMay. Flipped back in wide of Roy. 6:45 left, third period, 4-1 Boston. Lynn's been out. This is a long clear by the Canadiens. Back for it goes Larson. Larson wheels away from Corson. Cuts it to center ice. Trying to set up Linsman. He has to chase it to the corner. Ludwig and Linsman. And Crowder helps out in just jamming it up, killing time in the Montreal end. Lawler and Crowder battling. The puck is loose. Roy started after it. Smith back, and finally a whistle and a face-off call. And a struggle now.
Linsman and Ludwig. Keith Crowder, great shift. He just was all over the ice, checking everybody that moved.
You talked about the Bruins going for the puck, and particularly with a 4-1 lead.
Go for it. Now, you go to the puck. What you're doing was you're forcing the Montreal Canadiens to make the play in traffic. Regardless of whether they can make it or not, if you're on them, they don't give them any time to make that perfect pinpoint pass. Everything then is on the angles. It's coming at your feet. It's in the air. It's bouncing. And that's skating. As long as the Bruins are skating, and the Montreal Canadiens are forced to move the puck quicker than they would want to normally.
Ludwig and Linsman are out. And 6:18 left. Matching penalties by Newell. And the faceoff will be in the Montreal end. For Terry O'Reilly, he sends out Joyce, Janney, and Neely. In game number 3, this line accounted for 11 shots on the Montreal net, but no points.
You could see them just starting to break out game by game, getting better. Ryan Walter did a masterful job on Neely for a while. Cam adjusted to it, started slipping him. Never got preoccupied with hitting, and then started playing a different style of game, and it's thrown Walter off. They've had to shake him loose.
In game number 4, they had 8 shots. They created a lot of offense, but did not get any points. But Neely with 2 here now. And long shot by Chelios wide. Rebound, Kluzak up the boards and out, and a break here by Janney. 2-on-1 with Joyce. Chelios back. Janney holds, gives it to Joyce right in, and a save by Roy. You could not ask for a better setup than Janney gave to Bob Joyce on that one. At the Boston line, Wesley takes over. A big opportunity and a fine stop by Roy. But Janney made a magnificent move on the 2-on-1. Bruins break it up. Now it's knocked back in, knocked out quickly by Kluzak. 5:35 left, third period. Walter winding up over the line, drops it, quick shot. It is blocked. Neely put a wicked hit on Carbonneau. Puck kept in. Charbonneau trying to get it, and the Bruins, Kluzak clears it out. Back for it goes Robinson. Boston changing up since Montreal has to go deep in their zone. A flip in wide of Lemlin should be icing. They have waved it off. Bruins get it, though. Bork away to Burridge. What a game he has played. 2 assists. He's over the line. He's going deep. He is Casper there. A pass in front knocked off by Svoboda. Skrudland breaks it out. 5 minutes left. Poke check by Raymond Bork. Stop that. The magnificent Raymond Bork.
You know, Ray Bork, that play was set up by Bork by tremendous hustle on Greg Johnson's part on the far wing here, picking up McPhee. Great job by Johnston. They looked across to make the play to him. Lemieux looked, couldn't make it. That gave Bork time to move on it. That's why this is such a great team game.
New Jersey beat Washington. They have won 2 games against the Caps in Washington. They lead the series 3-2.
Tough when you're missing Rod Langway, Fred. Very tough. He's one of the better defensemen in this league. Little egg on the ice.
Egg thrown on the ice.
Montreal fans losing it here a little bit.
They're not all that elegant.
It looks good on them, I'll tell you.
Lee Montville has a story in Sports Illustrated, and I'm quoted here and there. It's a magnificent story about this long series and its effect on the psyche of fans in New England. And it's in this week's with Muhammad Ali on the cover. Lee Montville of the Boston Globe. Boston fans will particularly enjoy it when they look at this score. But 4:53 left.
Well, Fred, for the Bruins, it's been a long time since 1943.
Well, I'm not sure what that is about, but 1943.
I got it. Okay.
Lee Montville asked me what I remembered. I said the whole thing is a blur. Just one big blur.
Yeah, there's a lot of hockey in between now. What have we here?
Is that Sam Pollock? That Mr. Corey, the president of the Canadiens? Savard, Serge Savard, that's the Canadiens executive box. Unless we are informed of these pictures, and Bob Frateroli is with us here, he's not down in the truck, and the Canadian producer doesn't inform us. I mean, you need a little identification.
6'5" Pick'em, name a name and hope it works out.
Serge Savard does not wear a number. So.
No.
But I know Serge Savard.
You can't miss Serge Savard.
I would want to miss him right now.
Oh, yes. I'm glad he's not out there now. A great player in his time. Bobby Smith, Matt Snaslin, Jean Perron. John Kordick scored 2 of the last 3 Canadian goals, insisted on the other one. He's not on the ice. That'll be questioned tomorrow.
Skrudlin on the faceoff, and Crowder a nice backhand flip. Green with it for Svoboda. The long pass over the line, bounces for Kluzak. Kluzak carefully moves it out. McPhee starts the play again. 4:28 left. Svoboda winding up. Pass stopped by Raymond Bourque, who is everywhere. Moves back to get the puck in the Boston zone. Off to an uncovered Kluzak. Back to Bourque. Bourque to Sweeney. And Sweeney clears it in. Sweeney assisted on a breakaway by Neely. Neely a breakup of Green for his 2 scores. Casper set up by Burridge on both. Over the line, Reed Larson able to clear it away, and Neely going for it. Roy forced to come way out of the net. Clears it around, gets a piece of Neely, who hurdled him, and goes down. Bruins forecheck. The puck is out in the center ice. Thibodeau, a shot wide. The long rebound, Kordick. Kordick almost gave it away. Bruins clear it out. It could be icing, but a race. Janney trying to prevent it. Chelios gets back first, and 3:36 left.
Excellent gesture by Cam Neely. He could have just rocked Patrick Roy. Jumped out of his way to avoid him. Hoping now, you don't want to hurt yourself trying to get out of the way.
If the Bruins win this game, they'll be the champions of the Adams division, move on to face either Washington or New Jersey in the conference finals. TV 38 will be there to carry games 3 and 4 of that series. Game 3 will be 1 week from Friday. Game 4 will be 1 week from Sunday. Game time is 7:30. Join us on TV 38 for all the playoff action. Icing called. New Jersey 3-1, apparently the final score, if it is over, on the board here, which would give them a lead in the series 3-2. Edmonton swept Calgary in 4 straight, amassing the grand total of 17 shots last night and getting 6 goals. That's all that counts.
They got some pure snipers. You know, Calgary's got a great hockey club, but where they were just a little shy and maybe suspect was in goal. Mike Vernon was left alone on the zone all year long. They were not a defensive hockey club, and defense wins Stanley Cups, and that's exactly what the Bruins are doing tonight. Displaying excellent defense from Bourque. Gord Kluzak's playing fantastic. You got Reed Larson come up with a big effort tonight. Excellent effort by Reed Larson.
Steve Casper
Al
with
Peterson and everyone.
Steve Casper on the draw. He has 2 goals. Cam Neely has 2, and Kordick 1. That's the scoring summary. 28 shots by the Canadiens. Thibodeau on the draw, goes to the corner, belted by Bourque. The puck back, right point, save. Chelios, save. Lemlin on the shot by Chelios. The rebound. Sweeney gets it out. Casper trying to break, just lost control. Sweeney hangs back, intercepts a Chelios pass, clears it in the Canadian zone. 3:20 left. 3rd period, 4-1 Boston. Canadiens started away in the center ice, over the line, Kordick. Kordick is checked hard by Kluzak. Robinson keeps it in for Dahlin. Dahlin wheeling around in the zone is spilled. Bruins get a breakout. There is no call there by Newell. Here comes a 2-on-1. Johnston is open. Casper went for the hat trick. Didn't get it. That's all the way back to Kordick. Kordick back over the line, and a great recovery by Larson to ride him off, but Dahlin keeps it in. Dahlin checked. Puck loose. Dahlin breaks away with it, moves it in front. Shot, save Lemlin, and he clears it. And face-off call. Larson entangled with Kordic. 2:41 left in the third period. 4-1 Boston. Tickets for the first two games, Wales Conference Championship round of the Stanley Cup Playoffs, go on sale tomorrow morning, Wednesday, 11 a.m. at the Garden box office, Ticketron locations, and via the Teletron phone charge at 1-800-382-8080. The Bruins will open the Wales Conference Championship against either Washington or New Jersey at Boston Garden. Tickets marked F1 are valid for Game 1 on Monday, May 2nd, 7:35. Tickets marked F2, valid for Game 2 on Wednesday, May 4th, 7:35. There will be a 4-ticket limit per person per game.
And this being Secretaries Week, I'd like to say hello to all the secretaries in North America. BFI, all the girls back at BFI.
Lensman craftily knocked the puck all the way down to Roy on that faceoff. He knew that Smith would be drawing. 2:34 left, 4-1 Boston. At center ice, the Bruins covered. Larson with it, up for Crowder, popped in on Roy. Lawler there, round the board, stopped, kept in by LeMay for Crowder. Crowder to the backboards, now trying to put it in front. It's knocked away, and the Canadiens get it. Linsman from behind broke up Naslund. Marvelous check by Linsman, and the puck cleared out by the Bruins. Smith is racked up at center ice. Naslund gets it away, popped over the Boston line. Smith going for it. Smith in for Corson, popped in front, blocked, cleared. Wesley can't move it out. Smith keeps it in, pass in front, knocked away. Crowder with it. And a breakout by Linsman. He's coming one-on-one, takes his time. The Bruins want to change here. And Neely comes out, 1:44 left, 4-1 Boston. Robinson back. Now for Corson. Corson broken up by Joyce. In deep, centering pass, rolls across. Chelios holds, goes deep, puts it across in front. Smith can't get it. The Bruins break it out. Neely on the right wing. A lead for Janney, too far. Forces Roy to play it, though. 1:22 left, 4-1 Boston. Neely in to wrap up the play. 1:15 left. Bruins about to take the Canadiens in 5.
And I love is they swept them in 4 straight. They're not, 4 in a row. Not in 5 games, but 4 in a row.
Here's the lead. Neely trying to go in, and Rawat knocks it away. Kept in by Janney, and a shot goes wide. Less than a minute left. 4-1 Boston. John Blum is broken up over the line. Ryan Walter keeps it in. Pop back, and Robinson with it. His pass stopped. Bruins clear it out. Janney is checked by Chelios. 40 seconds left. The long drought has ended. Burridge breaks it up. Kuzak with it. Popped it ahead to the Canadian zone. 30 seconds left. Since 1943, haven't beaten them in a series. And this is a good Canadiens team.
A great Canadiens
no
team.
mistake about it. Led the Adams division. 19 seconds left. Boston 4. 2 goals by Casper, who's out there. 2 by Neely.
I never got to see it as a player, but boy, it's sweet as a broadcaster.
6 seconds left. Carbonneau just holds it. He says, I concede. And Greg Johnston up from the Maine Mariners played a game, and the salute to Lemlin. You never saw 4 better games than Reggie Lemlin turned in the nets for Boston. The Bruins wrap it up with 4 straight after losing the first one. More importantly, they'll get the break and the gap that they need.
Are they happy? And John Perron's not, but I'll tell you, the Boston Bruins are a one happy bunch. Terry O'Reilly has whipped these guys into shape.
John Cuniff there, Terry O'Reilly. The trainers move out.
Stevie Casper, just a fantastic game.
Well, he's had quite a season.
Randy Burridge. There's somebody from Ware, Mass. Loves the Bruins in TV 38. Reggie Lemelin. Part of the club, Bob Joyce, Craig Janney, Cam Neely. Tremendous 2 goals tonight.
Rick Middleton out there. What a contributor he's been. Injured, did not play.
Out there in the street clothes. The trainers, great bunch. Now get ready. They got a few days off for the next series. It's a shame Ricky Middleton doesn't get the opportunity to have the sweater and the uniform on tonight, boy.
And the Canadiens congratulate the Boston Bruins. And the Bruins won this one decisively. The shots were 29 for Montreal, 28 for Boston. Just kind of a scrambly goal by Kordic, the only defensive lapse, if indeed that's what it was. And beautiful goals by Casper and by Cam Neely, 2 apiece.
Great goals by both of them. They came at the right time. The Bruins Montreal went into that shell early, which I think was a mistake.
How about measuring the stick?
The Bruins can skate with them, and that's the key. Terry O'Reilly said, I'm going to get myself, there he is, come on, invite everybody in, why not? Ray Bork and Larry Robinson, there's a class act. Both of them, credit to the game.
Well, there is a great picture. Robinson and Lemlin, a couple of veterans.
A lot of years, a lot of hours out there as kids, sweating and bleeding.
No quick handshake for Lemlin. He talked to him, said, what a game.
Reggie, one happy man. Ray Bork, just a fantastic Norris Trophy series.
And still undecided, New Jersey and Washington. And don't forget, tickets will be on sale tomorrow for this series.
How sweet it is.
Which will begin on Monday. And it will begin at the Boston Garden. The Bruins finished with a better record than either New Jersey or Washington. Sale of tickets tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the Garden box office. Ticketron locations via the Teletron phone charge 1-800-382-8080. And tickets marked F1, tickets marked F2 are valid for those games. Monday, May 2nd, Wednesday, May 4th. From Montreal, the final score, Boston 4 and Montreal 1. We'll be back to wrap up all the action in just a moment.
Bruins Wrap-Up is brought to you by Delta Airlines. We love to fly, and it shows, to over 150 cities worldwide.
Well, I don't remember 1943. I was in the service, Derek, and you don't, obviously, but what a sweet breaking of that jinx.
Oh, it is. It's been a long time coming. Now, in the past, I was on hockey clubs, and we had the better team, but they got the hot goaltending, and there's nothing you can say about it. At the end of the night, you were down, and this is a situation that reversed itself. Reggie Lemelin came up big. Montreal's goaltending was terrific in spots, but the team just didn't quit. They worked hard. Lemelin kept them in there. Forwards took it, and away they went.
Well, Steve Casper and Cam Neely, the goals were beauties. Nothing wrong at all with either of them. Not deflected shots in. They were just perfect plays.
They were perfect plays on the forwards' part, on Casper's part, and on Neely's part. Unfortunately, Patrick Roy telegraphed exactly what he was going to do, and Stevie Casper made no mistake, neither did Neely. And that's the big issue in the game is also going to be that checking the stick. I think a lot of times everyone really feels it's kind of a cheap shot. What are you pulling that stunt for?
Too many men on the ice.
Yeah, all that nonsense is by the boards. This time the break was with us. The stick was legal. I know it's a player. Some of the guys on the bench are going, just play hockey. And I think it was a silly move, and the trainer's going to be in serious trouble. If he has estimated it wrong, he said, I think it's too big.
Well, that's right. They had the stick on the bench. Somebody put it on the bench. Literally, Montreal was trying to take the sticks out of the hands of the Boston Bruins. Chelios threw Sweeney's stick into the stands. That certainly was a factor in the game. He missed 10 minutes.
That's desperation. Montreal Canadiens, I really felt that they were beset upon. The Bruins just jumped on them at every occasion, every opportunity. And the Canadiens never got on track. They never got the feeling that they had the confidence that they carried all year long. A lot of people talked about they peaked early. They hit the big 15, 18 game winning streak after losing 5. And that was what they usually do in the playoffs. And at this point, the Bruins just took it away from them.
Well, the key to any success is goaltending. Reggie Lemelin was it. He was certainly it in the 4 straight games and the victories for the Boston Bruins.
Reggie Lemelin just played fantastic. And what's so sweet, you have Andy Moog can play just as well. And it's just given the opportunity. And Reggie Lemelin knows that, and that's got to give a player a lot of confidence when you know you've got a backup goaltender that can do the job as well as you can.
And these were 2 grueling series, Buffalo and Montreal. A lot of hitting, injuries out there. That's a factor. So the Bruins did a great job wrapping it up in 5 and getting the respite.
Well, you mentioned earlier, Kenny Lisbon said he thinks that's a big reason why the Edmonton Oilers won. They wrapped their series up so quick. I mean, they have a kind of a cakewalk out in the West Coast playing the teams they do. They had to get by Calgary. They're in the finals every year. The Bruins had to slug it out, punch and scratch and work hard. And the Buffalo Sabres gave them an awful run for it for a while. The Canadiens came out and played very hard. The Bruins had to outskate them. And you've got a team now that can beat you up if they have to, and they can outskate you if they want to.
And the Bruins win the series in 5 games. The final score, Boston 4 and Montreal 1. Here's Walt.
All right, Fred and Derek, thank you very much. By the way, tonight's Anheuser-Busch player of the game is Steve Casper. He had 2 goals, almost got a shorthanded bit on the breakaway in the 3rd period. So, Steve Casper, for all you do, this Bud's for you. An update from Landover when we come back.